Hey,
Hello.
you just really went for it, right? You just smashed that record button.
Just smash that fucking button. I'm going insane.
What's got you so mad today, Eric?
So you all may notice over the course of this video,
Link in bio,
that it will flicker, potentially on mine. Maybe it'll then go back over
it
to
originally
yours.
was just me. I mean, I'm cool with playing ping pong. I'll take the flicker for a bit. You know?
Yeah, I can't figure out what's wrong with it right now, and quite frankly, I'm not willing
It
to
was a
take the time
miracle
at this moment.
you figured it out. Like it was
For the
literally
Halloween
WD-40 duct tape and like smacking it. And we use this little portable monitor so that like anytime we need to make adjustments, like you click it on options and it's like, oh, why doesn't
option's gone?
Why doesn't it go down? And it's like, no, it goes up.
So sorry in advance for that, but we're just gonna have to live with that for a little bit.
Yeah.
The problem should be resolved by virtue of a laptop before too long. Hopefully by next week.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be nice. And then, because the big thing, because I wonder if part of it too is also just like cable length and whatnot. Obviously, the longer the cable.
I thought it was, but then I was testing it with the shorter ones too, and it was still sometimes doing it. So I don't know what it is. It could be power allocation, but regardless, it is what it is. We're just gonna wing it.
Hey, it's the only way you can do it, right?
A lot of y'all just listen to it anyway. So
yeah, I mean, like I watch it, but not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like seeing them, like us move. That's, I almost want to say I saw it on me.
Mine's not really going for it. It's not even just like banding. It's just like the whole thing is going black.
But it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any goddamn fucking sense. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
All
right.
It's been a while since you guys last saw us. I hope. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say y'all fucking love the costumes. That was a good little get you.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we don't got costumes today. Sorry
about it.
It's cozy November. You know, that's what I did. So I was originally doing like Nintendo November, and that's still like the core idea of November, and starting to do like more themed months to have a better, easier than a schedule. God forbid you want me to tell you what I'm playing on each day, because then I don't want to do it.
Right.
As opposed to, no, it was all spoopy for Spooptober.
Spooping. Good
spooping. We finished on Oxenfree, which is a really cool game that I don't think you would like playing, but I think that you would really like this, like what it's all about. It's a game that I would recommend watching like a playthrough where no one's talking, like over commentary, because I'm like, I don't think you would like the way it moves around and whatnot.
Yeah, but
it's all about like triangles and radios and.
I'm not, two food groups.
I'm not lying to you. Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than triangles and radios.
That's fair.
But it's a cool little game. It was fun to play. But
I still haven't played Metroid Dread.
We're gonna play Monster Hunter Rise as a co-stream one of these days. It's happening.
We need to. Apparently, Metroid Dread is great if you like the first Metroid.
I've never played a Metroid game.
I've played the first one a long time ago, very long time ago. I mean, it's just like side scroller, and I played that first 3D one that they put on the GameCube.
Yeah, Super Metroid World 3D.
And that one was
Samus and the cat. The cat morph.
And that one was pretty good. But apparently it's really good. My brother-in-law was telling me that he like loves it, but I haven't done it yet.
I saw a video clip today of a guy who shared your brother-in-law's last name, but it was hyphenated. But he looked like your brother-in-law, and I'm like, I don't think he has a brother.
No, he does not.
That he knows of. But there's a hyphenated name. I gotta see if I gotta look at my like YouTube history to see if I can find it, because I want you to see this guy to just like go, which is to say, I'm not going to remember this by the end of the podcast. The amount of times that we go, we'll have to see this.
At the end.
The amount of times we go back and watch Error 37 twice, but it's weird that we've done that twice.
It's true.
Error 37. Error 37. But yeah, so I decided I fixed I see the light situation in my room, because we did our 5 Nights at Freddy's stream, which was great up until night 4.
It wasn't. Night 4 of 5 Nights 2.
5 Nights 2. Which is the only reason
we also got fucked on night 4 of Five Nights 1.
But we also, I don't know how the fuck that we kept pulling off this like
11th hour.
11th hour. Everyone's like, 2 p.m. and Odie's or 2 a.m. and Odie's at 50%, and I'm like,
not gonna make it.
It's like, oh, looking at the cameras cost battery. No one told me that. That wasn't in the memo.
I didn't realize it either.
But like, we took those fucking lines.
We got it.
But yeah, so I've been doing cozy. It's cozy to November, and
it's winter weather.
It is. Well, so like, I was a little late to my stream because I ended up. So the desk is like in the corner, like essentially like locked in. But
nobody
like
puts
pulled
desk in the corner.
Yeah, desk in the corner. Footloose, and you like pulled it back. Or Dirty Dancing, that's the one. And like we had that there, but like it was just a little too close. Even if you like angle the light away, it's still too much.
Yeah.
So I literally just took the desk and I'm like, fuck it, perpendicular. No, like
I put the desk upside down,
and I stream from the ceiling and I belt in with my didgeridoo. No, I just basically like angled it so that like made a triangle.
Where was the radio?
I did that, and that like made it so that I could like shove the light a bit further back, and it worked out pretty great. I got to be honest.
Cool.
And I'm pretty happy. So I got like my sweatpants on. I got on like a comfy baseball tee, and I'm like, I hope everybody being comfy. We're playing Super Mario Odyssey.
God.
Do you know how inappropriate that game is?
In what sense?
If you just read what anybody in that game says at any given time, it is.
I don't really remember.
It's a fun, bright, family-friendly game. Except if you get the star that's in the secret room where there's just the ladyfish, and she's like, "Don't tell anybody about us, and I'll give you a treat. It's our secret room." And there's tons of it. There is a metric shit ton. Aside from the fact that in the tree level, which is because I got all the way to, I think I was heading to New Donk City, and then your boy Bowser's like, "I'm gonna fight you," and I'm like, "I'm gonna take your hat and I'm gonna punch 3 times," and throw bows. And then I think you get dumped at that point in another place. It was like more and more shit we had to get dumped to, and I'm like, all right, we're stopping here.
Yeah.
But it was a very fun time, and Lupe had the audacity. It somehow came up. You know the jizz trees?
Yes.
Okay, which they're called like a Bradford pear tree or something like that.
They're an ornamental pear tree.
Yeah. We don't know why it smells like that. And I had described it as, I'm like, it smells like wet jizz. And Lupe goes, "How do you know what wet jizz smells like?" And I'm genuinely baffled.
Right.
I'm like,
what do you mean?
I'm like, Sal, anybody in chat? Can anyone who knows?
Here's the secret.
I'm like, because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how I could tell the difference between dry and wet, but I just know.
Well, I don't think dry smells as much.
Yeah.
It's less odoriferous.
This is disgusting, and I'm so sorry that we're coming in hot.
We're coming on hot.
But I just needed you to know that, like, I was asked this question, and then, like, Lupe's like, but why? Why do you know? And I'm like, and I go, yeah, you know what? I've masturbated, okay?
I've made it.
Good soup. I've made it.
I've cooked up some hot gum.
Let me go whip some. Oh my fucking God, I just forgot. My mom wanted to see the podcast, and I definitely typed it in on their TV, and they could search it. Mom, I'm sorry. I love you. I'm a good kid. I promise. I can carry so many chairs at church.
You can apologize to Jesus in written word. Yeah, but Nintendo really is off their shits with, like, lately. Like, I know you didn't really like Breath of the Wild, but you talked about potentially getting back into it. I might ask you to borrow it, like, as a, with doing it for a stream, I feel like would be much better for me to enjoy it, because... You gonna give me Mario Party pack first? I gotta check it out. Well, like, Tyler was supposed to come over, and then she didn't. And then she goes, I was like, oh, she messaged me, and she's like, hey, I ended up, like, just hanging out at Alex's all night on Halloween. And I was like, and I didn't say it, but I was like, I figured. Yeah. And she's like, well, you didn't, like, text me, so I figured you weren't, like, doing anything. I'm like, down to clown. I was like, I was under the impression that you were just going to be coming over, or you were probably going to text me when you were done, because that was the last time that we had left it off. Right. I didn't think that I needed to like, check in, but even though, like, I am that bitch who will check in on the day, unless I don't really want to, and then I won't check in. Right.
But like this wasn't that case. And I didn't even stream that night because I ended up like I was like getting ready to like think about doing a stream where I was gonna go see the My Hero movie, and then we had to deal with something, and I got on a call, and I was on a call for like 2 hours, which was great. It was still a fun call. Well, fun's a loose term. It was fun in the second half, and I was like, fuck, I can't see the movie now. I'm like, whatever. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap, and I did. It was wonderful. But then I woke up at like 8:30, and I'm like, I gotta stream, and I'm like, no. That was where I found the Brandon gif.
Got it.
Because I was like,
Gotcha.
My stream. And it didn't matter. And so then I was like, well, I haven't heard from Tyler at all. So
yeah,
I'm like, I'll leave the top lock unlocked because she still has a key. So, which reminds me, I need to make you a key just in case. Because I have like my backup spare. Yes. I had the gall as I'm pulling up to your gate. And I'm like, I have like the box with all the packages stuff. And I'm like, the gate. That's right. Pulling out my keys as if one of the keys will open like the code.
The coded gate.
I'm just sitting there going, this isn't right.
No.
Like, who am I? Who do I think? Where do I get off? Near the trees.
So, speaking of cats and the gate. So, but also to incredibly briefly circle back to my original point, everybody in Breath of the Wild wants to fuck Link.
Cool. Good.
That was what I was getting.
Oh,
at.
I like
Nintendo's
that.
off their shits lately. Like they're making everybody want to fuck whoever you're playing as.
I love it.
Like
I just want nipple Mario.
They're taking
it away.
They like in subsequent art they like got rid of his nipples. No, it's not fair.
Let me see them teeters.
Because people got so pissy about him. They're like, why did he have nipples? I'm like, why wouldn't he?
Look at his teats.
Sup from the teat of life and find the milk wanting.
Wahoo! Well, I keep saying it's Chris Pratt, guys.
Well,
because it is.
They wouldn't be bitching if it was Chris Pratt's nipples.
You're right.
Well,
I do want an update to Luigi Balloon World, which I don't know what that game is or what that part of it is. I don't want to know. But I never played it. I want them to change the voice to have it be Charlie Day.
That's fair.
And him screaming while holding a balloon. That feels correct.
So a couple days ago, I went to leave my home, my humble abode. I know. It was odd. It was when I was going over to your place, actually.
Oh. What is it? It was a notarized notice of leave.
Yes.
Approved.
I'd gotten my signatures beforehand.
Your PTO request.
Yes, had been submitted
from the
and approved. So I went to leave, and there's like feral cats around here, and so they don't usually come in my yard, but they do occasionally. Like sometimes they'll like come down and like try to like drink out of the pool, which I'm like, girl, that's chlorine. You don't want to do all that, but like they'll do it anyway.
Street cats, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. So. No. I'm like exiting my door, and like whenever I like leave my door, I always like take like, a quick look to the left, and like way I can like see like back to the alley or whatever. Just I don't know, it's just what I do. And so I just like look over, and I like think I noticed something, but then I look back, and I get to the gate, and I'm like, wait, what? And so I turn around, and I look. There's a cat, a black cat, looking not unlike Zuki, sitting. At first, I'm like, oh, he's just like sitting there.
No, don't tell me it's like the GIF with the long legs.
No. It's nothing like scary. So the cat's just
That's
like sitting.
That's not scary. That's just the truth.
Well, so the cat's just like sitting there. And at first I thought it was just sitting. And I'm like, that's weird. Normally, like if you like, it's pretty close to my door. So like usually they'd run away. Like if you try to get anywhere close to them, they run off. So I like look over and he's just sitting there staring at me, just like looking into my soul.
It's like, you got any beans?
And then I realize it's because he's shitting. The cat's just like sitting there, it's like pooping, and it's like frozen.
It's like good pooping,
like mid poop. I'm like good pooping. No, it's just like frozen mid shit.
You're like, you want fishy?
And I'm just looking, and he's just like, and I don't know. In my head, I would think like cut your losses, just like drop and run. But no, cat is no. He's like, I wasn't done.
Cats are pooping. I've had Zuki like done. I've like looked because I'm like I don't know where he's at, and I'm like I'm gonna go pee, and I just like look in there to check on like the thing, and he just goes with his like big dinner plate eyes. And I'm like, what's up, buddy? And he goes, and like sprints, and it's a little dust cloud. And I'm like, there's a turd now outside of the thing. And then he comes back in like, what's going on in here? And I'm like, you don't get to make a mess in the 7-Eleven, run outside, make your shirt inside out, and go, what happened in here? Where's the poop?
Yeah, so I just
left it right here.
I just realized like, oh my god, that cat's shitting. And so I was like, all right, whatever. So then like I go to like walk out, like I go out the gate and everything. And then I look back and the cat's now like peeking its head, like still like but I was like still staring at me.
Now I'm like a higher alert.
Yes, I'm like, do your business. It's fine, I guess.
We're all coexisting.
I can't stop you. So I mean I could.
Imagine you with a broom. No pooping.
No pooping.
Get out of here. Give your little hockey stick and you just
ready to get him. Yeah. Nah, so
I keep thinking about the sheep.
The absolute unit sheep.
The fucking biggest sheep.
That sheep has stories.
Just one.
That's all he needed.
You know what that story is? He survived.
You're right.
We got an intro.
Hello.
Bum 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 bum. Welcome. Ba-dum, bum, bum, to the Hype Podcast. It's the Hell Yeah Podcast. I'm Modi.
I'm Eric.
And this is a show about two guys
just being dudes.
Handshake. They can't see it. I want to get around in some capacity, which I probably won't, because it like I won't remember. I won't remember until the next time we have to record. And I'm like,
yes,
I want to make the intro video where it's literally just Hell Yeah Podcast and like bad recorder, and then it's just like a handshake.
Yeah, it's what friends do.
To a one-off reference that I'm sure
no one picked up on.
No one, yeah. And that's what matters. We got a great show for you guys. Is it Gushers, baby?
Could be. Pudding.
Pudding. I love that my sub thing is you going, because it does it like a couple of times. And then like I'm like, thank you for the gift sub. Yeah, it's a good time. We got a fun packed show. We actually we got packages. And we have a new package jingle if you will, that was not practiced because you had no interest in practicing with me.
You didn't offer to practice.
I said I did the jingle and I said, but we're gonna need to make sure we do it in time. We
right.
should practice. And you were like,
you did not say we should practice.
You were like, do you think I could just hit like questions on this and trust it? And I'm like, you'll fuck up the camera. And you're like, no, I won't.
Yes.
What is one thing you've done since before?
I did after.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy after?
Yeah. I watched a video today.
What about soon? What's in store?
Maybe later. I watched a video today.
That was a fun bet.
So I watched a video today. So like I could not give a shit less about Broadway or anything about that.
Okay.
But somehow, and I've never watched anything on YouTube that would imply that this should be in my recommended, other than, well, I guess I watch like video essay stuff. And so I was linked to this.
Yeah, you watch a one Lindsay Ellis video and like you're getting
down
shit
the
about.
hole. Yeah. So it linked me to this video from this guy. It's I think his channel is called Wait in the Wings, and
WAIT or WEIGHT?
AIT, like
okay.
Waiting in the Wings, because that's like I think that's like a play thing. And it was about, so I guess there was this play called Rebecca. Rebecca.
Is that where it's from?
No.
Oh.
And basically it was this like off the shit story about like how this play like got all the way to Broadway.
Okay.
Which I guess like is quite the process often for like a play to, you know, get enough notoriety to like be picked up for Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs an obscene amount of money. Like we're talking like millions of dollars. Yeah. And so like
you can't just go like, well, with enough money you can just rent the stage, put on whatever you want.
Yeah,
but actually I don't
think you could.
No, I think it's too prestigious. Like you can't buy your way in.
Yeah. It's
but
just,
if you're successful
even
enough,
if you're good, you also still need money. Like it's not enough for a play to just be successful.
But if it's that good, you'll get the money.
In theory, but apparently like
we just do the little communion basket.
The world of like Broadway investment is like very fraught. And like there's like not as many investors as like there as like the plays like need.
Why aren't we funding our performing arts? All they care is about football.
And it was just really interesting. It was like 2 like 45-minute long videos talking about like this specific play, Rebecca,
mm-hmm.
that it's this ridiculous, like, borderline, like, true crime situation of, like, fake investors, like, made up investors and everything. And,
like, it feels like almost like a meta commentary.
Kind of, and like fraud and like hidden, like mistaken identities, and like they like thinking that like, and like some people are just like some people involved in the process, you think like they're the bad guys who are like the perpetrators, and it turns out they're just incompetent. And then some people that like you think are completely not involved, it turns out like, oh no, they're actually very involved and they were like part of the whole thing. Like the one part of like the guy who like kind of ended up inadvertently orchestrating the whole thing, like you can kind of tell from the beginning, like even from like the way the video is like phrased, it's like, oh yeah, this guy's like a shithead, like he's not above the level, like it makes sense that he was part of this. But there's like all these layers of like they get money and then they lose money, and there's a whole history of like how the play even like became a thing. And it was actually very interesting, even though, as I said, I really couldn't give a shit less about Broadway. But yeah, so that was interesting. So I spent like an hour and a half today watching that.
Just down some weird rabbit hole of like, well, that was like me with the vacuum cleaner review guy with Roger Wakefield, who is one of the few channels that I've chosen to subscribe to on the Hell Yeah podcast channel.
Okay.
Because I was on my YouTube like it was like a week or two ago, and like random recommendation, like just like whatever, and it's just like shark vacuum vacuum comparisons, and I'm like, okay. And like the quality in this is like you would expect from like our age guys doing like tech review stuff with like really nice lighting cuts. They're using like like loaded language, and the title's like doing YouTube right. And I'm like, it is this 55-year-old dad with a big ass fucking mustache who's just, he's the plumbing guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want, I think everyone should have skills to like, to do your own home maintenance and save a lot of money, or if you're wanting to get into the trade. So I tuned into a live stream, and I was like, how do I get black mold out of my bathroom? Yeah.
Okay.
But he was answering questions from Facebook and whatnot too. He was diversifying his stream, and I'm like, that's fair.
I see that you're answering. Does he have?
I don't know, millions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm just talking like what kind of scale? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like massive. It's insane.
All right.
And I'm like, how? I went on this live stream, and it's very good vibes. It's very like, how do I describe this? A male family member, but like the good grandpa.
Okay.
That you may lose a little too early, and it hurts to the core, but he wouldn't want to see you cry because it's only,
he lived a good life.
The end of one chapter is the beginning of another. Some good shit. And I'm like, one, he better not come out with a scandal, because I can't cancel the toilet guy. Like,
I know
the plunge to my heart.
I can't take another betrayal. Not like this.
Not like this. But I go in there and I go, how do I get black mold out of my bathroom? I live in an apartment.
You don't have black mold.
No, but I want to know. I want to interact. He answers a question above me. There are 7 of us in chat, like 7 people talking. It skips my actual question for people just going, love you, man, from Kansas. And like, then it keeps going. Like, and then like for later on, I watched for like 20 minutes. He never got to my question. And I'm like, you fucking son of a bitch. I gotta make a Facebook account. I mean, I have a Facebook account. I'm not using it though. For Meta. Yeah. I have been watching Squid Game.
Okay.
I like the PlayStation faces.
PlayStation.
Yes. Yeah. The first 2 episodes were some of the most depressing shit I've ever seen. To like show why this gambler dude is, as soon as he gets a little bit of money, steals money, then goes and bets it on races, keeps losing, finally gets a good win, and immediately splurges, and then gets robbed, and then gets his nose broken, and it's just, and then like he takes his daughter out to go like get food for her birthday at like some like takeout trash food shop, and he's like, let me have another 1,000 won worth of like noodles or whatever. And so I googled, because the big thing is that like they're trying to play to ultimately win like 45.6 billion won.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's not that much money though.
Well,
isn't it?
It's like $27.5 million.
Oh,
like,
okay.
No, it is still a very large amount. But I was like, how much? How many? Like 1,000 won? How much is that? It's like 87 cents. And I'm like, damn, dude, you fucking broke.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I feel very conflicted because now after watching the entirety of Squid Game, I'm like, it was very fucked up that they did this to these people, but like they didn't force anybody to do anything. Like they literally at one point, like in like the second episode, like after the big red light green light thing, mild spoilers, they like do a vote because one of the rules clauses that like if majority votes to end the games, they end the games, send everyone home. But if they do that,
nobody gets any money.
Anyone who died, their family gets money. No one gets money.
Okay.
Because every time a person dies, there's 456 contestants. Every time a person dies, 100,000 won is added to the piggy bank.
Okay.
That's floating in their like room that has a bunch of bunk beds.
Okay.
And so, like, they do red light, green light until like people in the back are getting fucking decimated because they keep moving. And like, just follow the rules. It's simple. And number one, the old man, he's just like having the time of his life. And arguably, like the only scene I want to show you from this is the beginning of the red light, green light, where he's like, everyone's like, what the fuck? And he's just like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And he's like, oh, gotta stop. And he's just like having the time of his life. And I love it. It was a very good show.
I've heard nothing but good things.
It was the first time a show was so hyped that I didn't want to watch it, which is rare for me.
That's how I feel about everything.
Yeah, I know.
Even the slightest inclination.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of times, like I tend to be either so far past when it came out, like I found like a hidden gem, or like I kind of get ahead of it where I'm like, hey, it's this like it's kind of a banger, but like it's just not gonna go anywhere. Like Ragnarok. I remember I had a fever dream on the podcast for like I think it was only like 8 minutes, but like I didn't stop talking. But that was a cool fucking show, and I'm excited to see it like do more for being like I like weird, you know, like do something different.
Yeah.
And they're talking about like people are wanting like Squid Game 2. Like let's get a season 2. And I'm like, no.
Sometimes you gotta just let the thing live.
You wanna know what show did that? The best show on Netflix, Dark. Dark from the get-go was said we're doing 3 seasons, which in also because like the rule of threes is massive in like is a big part of it, sort of like it's all like 3 different timelines and shit. Timelines is wrong. It's all one timeline, but 3 different time periods. It was very good, and like I watched all the way up, and I did finish the show to the true finale, and it was amazing. Tyler fell asleep. She finished the final, like the second to last episode, the penultimate. She fell asleep when we started watching the finale, and she never has watched it to this point. And I'm mad because I don't know.
Talk about it?
No, I don't know if her finale is better than my finale.
Okay.
Like the show could have ended on the penultimate episode.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Like, and because I highly, highly, highly recommend this show. It is a cool, dark, I guess, because it's called Dark. But like, you know, it's a German show. As I was quoted, someone read me to filth because I was like, you know, it's like filmed in Germany. It's like shot in German. They speak German. It's like a German show.
It's a German show.
And I'm like, fuck you, chaps. I think it was chappers, but it's just so cool. Like the town of Winden, like, or the village, like I want to go and visit where they filmed it because it's the like if you think of like a German village,
quintessential German village.
Yeah, it's like it like it's like raining and like all the woods and stuff. It's so fucking cool, the aesthetic of this place, and like the way that like even watching a show in a foreign language with like subtitles, it can be hard to remember people's like names. Especially like in German it's easier, but I like watching Squid Game. I tried to watch the like English dub for about 30 seconds, and I'm like, absolutely not, because the English subtitles don't even match it.
Oh,
because the English subtitles are based off of the Korean, and then they're not just reading the subtitles because that doesn't like always like make sense. And like as soon as you put it back, like you know, into the language it was like recorded in and they're speaking in, it just feels like you're now watching a full movie. And it's sometimes hard to like remember everyone's specific names just because like I'm not, you know, I don't have like full Korean friends or whatnot. Like I'm just not used to seeing those types of names and like how you'd pronounce it and whatnot. But like they do a really good job in Dark because it's a show based on time travel, but not like let me get my time machine. It's more of a get lost in a cave, show up in 1987 sort of a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's not where is Mikkel, it's when is Mikkel. It's a spoiler for the first fucking episode. That's literally the setup for the entire fucking thing. But they do this amazing job when they're showing like flashbacks to like, and they'll tell you it's always 33 years apart. Like you're like seeing these characters, and if you're paying attention to them, like they tell you everything. Like there's a lot of good questions, but at the end they do wrap everything up pretty neatly with a bow, in my opinion. And like they do a great job of like making sure that you are always like in the know when it becomes available, like help you keep track of like, hey, this character is this character is this character, and these different, at this point in their life with like lots of like juxtaposition editing. It's just really cool. I could have just said they edit it really well to make you understand it, but yeah, I want someone to fucking finish the show so I can talk about the goddamn ending. Do you know how long I waited years to finally get season 3, and Tyler falls asleep in the finale, and because I want her to finish it so bad, she doesn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no one to talk to. I'm not going to Reddit. Suck my ass. I don't want to type about it.
I don't want a sense of community.
No.
I want someone to yell at.
No, I want because I just want to tell somebody.
Right.
Because I had to just sit with it, because I'm going to be honest, it's fucking insane. And I kind of want to just sit and rewatch it because I finished Squid Game. And as I noticed today, I'm like, I have no drive to do anything in my free time now, which always happens when you finish like a book or like a game or something.
Yeah, a thing
Yeah.
that took up a lot of your time.
That you just to kind of like, I'm doing just this. So
I'm doing just fine.
yeah. Anyway, you guys should watch Dark. It's cool. There's also like this radioactive stuff, so you'd like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one has powers or anything. That's not.
Oh, I'm out. Well, never mind then. I'm not.
Well, powers is a weird word. No, it's not powers.
No.
But like the weird sci-fi shit of like the event and like how like some of the visual effects are nuts. And yeah, so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
okay, yeah. No, I know. I decided to go on that because I know as soon as we sat down, you were like, I don't fucking know what I have to say. You're like, I have nothing to say. And I'm like, time to plug Dark.
Cat pooped.
I mean, I opened up with the jizz trees, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah,
there's tons of like
they're making
little
everybody want to
things.
fuck them now.
Granted, I guess the fuck them. I just mean like if you have even like the tiniest inkling of like a dirty mind, like the game's
It'll go
dirty as
there.
fuck all the time. Like
Yeah.
you can't like.
Well, that's the same way that Breath of the Wild is. Like, it's all like innocent for the most part, but it's also like I'm pretty sure Sidon wants to bone Link, and like, good for him, good for both of them. But it's just like, damn,
Yeah.
y'all horned out on Maine.
Yo, how about anyone else use their Sheikah Slate in incognito mode?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's
Me, Mario.
That's a me, Mario. We have a lot of questions. I know,
Yes.
like I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, so we have
packages.
we have 3 packages, but
Alright.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be quick because it's not every candy from every part of the world
Which,
in
thank
one
you
episode.
for that, but
Thank you again so much. That was, in hindsight, I'm like, I wish they would have staggered just the tiniest bit. Like I just missed on one of them, so that like,
right,
because it became this monster of an episode.
It was
of
very
just,
sweet, but it was so much
we
food.
still have so much candy. There's like, I don't even know when we'll finish it. Like there's just so much.
I don't know.
We'll get around to it.
We'll get there.
But yeah, so I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was like non-related, because there's all, I don't give a shit if you ask a question. I'm talking about what I want to talk about. I hear your question. Will I answer it?
You'll get a reply. Will it be an answer?
Sparse through it.
We'll see.
I don't know. I downloaded, or I chose to download, and hopefully
Raid Shadow Legends.
No, stop. They're not paying me anymore. So I keep seeing all the Need for Speed games on
Right.
Xbox Game Pass Day 1.
Need for Speed. Heat. It's good.
So that's the one that's on Game Pass that I made the mistake of first. Because I'm like, I want to know what Need for Speed game is like Most Wanted.
Yes.
And that's the one that I want to play, because
Yes.
Most Wanted, even though I played it like just a couple of years ago, it still holds up.
It holds up, and it's the best one.
It's a banger fucking game. I love it. Like, you're working your way up to the blacklist. It's so amazing.
The new one.
I swear to God, when Brandon said, "Dude, I got the new Need for Speed Most Wanted," I'm like, "What?" He's like, "They remade it." I'm like, "No fucking way!" I was
so excited.
And it was like Grand Theft Auto, but no guns. Is because it's so like upset. You drive up to another car and then you could just take the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, where's the blacklist?
Right.
Like, don't, like, you literally named it Most Wanted as in like Most Wanted car, not FBI wants me. I want the you know, the FMV sequences.
Yes.
But so I googled it and it was like you know, Need for Speed Heat is like a better it's like the closest thing you're gonna get to Most Wanted 2005.
Yes.
Which then I was like, that came out in 2005. Wow. That came out on like GameCube.
I played it on GameCube.
I played it on Xbox.
I would play it on Xbox when I was hanging out with Brandon, but I only had a GameCube, so I would play it on GameCube.
Which is like hysterical to me that I'm like, why would you ever use a GameCube controller for a racing game?
It worked great.
But that was like Fitzy used to have the, like, there was a game for the Wii. It was like the iZombie game.
Yes.
That like it had like the big like
zombie with two eyes because it was for the Wii.
Yeah. And like you could just buy like the gun thing and you could use it to shoot with the Wii. And I'm like, I remember playing Call of Duty on the Wii.
Yeah, with the Wiimote.
That was an experience. Granted, if I had a Wii, and like could play Call of Duty, like I would be fucking a god at it because every kid whose mom's like, I'm buying you a Wii, sure, fuck it, I'll buy you Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, this is duty. He no scoped me.
I didn't even have a good gun yet.
Oh, how he has an AK? It's not fair. Get fucked, nerd.
Fuck kid.
All right. Time for the new jingle. Do you remember how it goes?
Yes.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Package time with the boys.
Wow. I got there.
All right. So we'll do the individual ones first.
Okay.
So you got a package. It was sent up.
Make sure you don't.
Yeah, did realize that.
It wasn't, so you're good, but make sure you leave it
from Cactus, but it was specified for Eric.
Okay.
And then Katie sent me a card. It's specified to Odie. And then we have a big thing from RB Jones.
How kind.
VC convinced me, Sutton convinced me to buy something that hopefully will be here by next episode.
Okay.
And I'm ecstatic to show you, but I will not tell you what it is.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read the little note first. Oh, okay. It's kind of to both of us. So it's because it says "Hello, good sirs."
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to read?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hello, good sirs. I just wanted to tell you guys how much I enjoy the podcast. Thank you for creating such wonderful content. In order to show my appreciation, I sent something perfect for spoopy season. Perhaps it will also apply to comfy season. Cuddle season.
Did they write that?
No.
Did you add that?
That's what I'm saying. The weasel cutout inspired me to send something a little more chaotic.
Okay.
I did buy this with Eric in mind, but I'm sure you two could find some way to share. Hope you enjoy. Best wishes, Cactus.
We cut it in half. King Solomon style.
Plus Tan/Orange PJM for her moral support. There is no God, only Sonic. And if this is what I think it is, this is fucking terrifying.
No! Dude, Zuki's gonna hate it.
This is a Sonic mask.
Do you want to wear it?
Oh, it smells like a Halloween mask. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's from the movie.
This is big. I think I could put this on over. No, I couldn't put it on over. Hold on. Here, you put it on because you don't have a hat on.
How convenient.
Oh, you do have glasses, though. Oh, well.
No one cared how fast I was until I put on the mask.
I don't like having that looking at me.
I can't hear you in the headphones.
I don't like that.
Okay, well I got a little letter here.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
We can put it up to the holes. Like it's suction on the back of my head, but not enough here. Here, I'll take off the cans since I can't see.
Oh my god.
This is an amazing gift. You realize that, right?
I appreciate it.
And like my cat will not like this.
No.
But like we will use this.
Oh yes.
Is it comfy? Maybe if there's a good Sonic game that's comfy, I'd try it.
Yeah. I don't know any Sonic games.
Okay, let me read through this once.
Okay.
Can't breathe. You gotta vamp for a sec.
Head heavy.
Do an ad spot. Steph's ad spot was the greatest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Read that. I will. In lieu of me making my own ad spot, I'm going to plug that you all should go onto Odie's Discord into the hype discussion section and look at the ad read, if you will, that Steph made, because it is fucking incredible, of Oops Poops Cleanup Company, with a little shout out to the breakfast cereal Echoes. It's fucking amazing. You have to listen to it.
This is really sweet, but it's basically just for me.
Okay.
And like just sorry for the Weird Owl card. But I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be a mod, and the ever immaculate vibes, and then talking about some other stuff. So like with Discord and whatnot. So
nice. Thank
you so much, Katie. You're amazing. You know what? Katie B, my mod, is one of the few people that my dad knows. Mm-hmm. My dad goes, "That Katie girl's real nice. She always says hi to me when I come to the stream," and I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, yes. A lot of people say hi to you." And he goes, but Katie's always first. And I'm like, not that like I'm disparaging what Katie does, but like my dad just doesn't have a good concept of Twitch. My dad is also like baked out of his mind a majority of the time.
Right.
So I've definitely had the same conversation with him multiple times. I just try to think, why isn't it in my headphones? I remember.
Yeah.
I could get it on with the cans.
Yeah, let me try it around the hat, because you said there's like room at the back, so maybe this will keep it on my face better.
Yeah. Oh, I can finally I miss the voice in my head. Shode. Oh God. Yeah, there's no vision.
Oh yeah, I see you. I hate this.
Hey, Samick.
Oh my God, how could someone wear this all night?
I don't know.
It's so like, oh God, this is awful. I love it, but this is terrible.
I love to hate it. Dude, we're gonna get an Odie Sonic Uwu.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Would Sonic? Yeah.
My God. You know what, Cactus? That was. Thank you very much. And thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
You guys are very kind. Katie heard me bitching about like wanting new headphones, because I do take these home with me.
Yes.
But I do want like nice like wireless headphones that I can stream with, because the amount of times I've ripped out my own headphones because it gets looped around my canteen. I have like, you've seen like my extender cord and everything. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'll still get it.
I've been trapped in that extended.
I'll roll over it. Zuki. Doesn't matter if he's getting little kitty jazz or something. He's like, I got tickets to the symphony, and he's just like, blah. All right. So I don't want to show RP Jones's address.
Yes.
But I know it. I bitched about something, and a very good friend of mine, you know who I'm talking about,
yes,
sent me the thing I bitched about as an early Christmas present, which was very great. But it was terrifying when I like forgot that like she knew my address when Mr. Amazon shows up.
Mr.
And
Bezos,
like
personally
sees this thing, because I just see some dude come up and like and like take a picture, and scares the shit out of me, because Zuki thinks he's gonna do something.
Yeah,
but he might.
He could.
But it scared the shit out of me. But it was very nice. So thank you. You know who you are, special person. And that was it. That was the point of that story.
Okay.
But then Sin, when I sent Tupon the Lego set for Tupon's birthday. Apparently, Tupon was over the fucking moon about it and wasn't allowed to open it until we read it. Yeah, no, I think that's how we open it.
No, you're good. Okay. I'm just saying, don't show the address.
Oh,
you're still fine. It's off, but
no, off.
Oh fuck! Yeah. He still doesn't have his wig, and I'm so mad about it.
I'll let you
open. Me?
Yeah. Anyway, apparently, Tupon then said, "I know his address." Because when I was there, it was a big line, and I was like trying to like fill it out, and it's like, okay, well, you need to put your address on here, and I was like, I don't have time to like ask what like your thing is. That might be Vizuki.
Oh, I believe this is in fact Vizuki. Yeah. I was like, what is this?
Oh, okay, it's the Odyssey.
Odyssey,
the creepy
meddling mouse.
A sneaky little home intruder. What is it? It's a 3. Oh, it's the cheese.
Is the controller.
You control the cheese.
You drive around the
One shockingly sneaky pest. Drive this little RC invader near your friends and family to give them a fright. It's perfect for pranks. Cheesy RC transmitter. The mouse will obey the cheese. I'm not even kidding. That's what it says.
Will obey the cheese.
The mouse will obey the cheese.
As it should be.
Chuck E. Cheese. The mouse obeys. Its infrared commands won't blow your cover. 3, dual wheel action, which is a great way to say 2 wheels. The mouse's 2 wheels allow it to turn on a dime and navigate even the tightest of spaces. I love it.
I feel like you're gonna drive that at Zuki. He's just gonna smack it into oblivion. He's gonna fucking just bam. It's just gonna.
That was cool. Hell yeah. I kind of want to like take it out now and wheel it around.
These things are so cool. Some of the Metal Earth ones.
No way.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. Tell me how cool that is.
It's cool.
Is it a model train?
Yeah. So it's like actual like. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Let me show.
You got to give them the look, the fit. This is what RB wanted.
Yeah. So it's actual like little like sheets of like aluminum.
Oh,
steel,
that's cool.
And then you like pop the pieces out and you like bend them into each other and everything. It's kind of like metal origami.
Oh yeah, you do that, not me.
Yeah, it's really cool. I have
That's cool.
I have one that's oh gosh, like the Mickey's Fun Wheel thing from Disneyland. I think my sister bought it for me. They're really cool.
Yeah, that'd be a fun project. That's a good thing you could do on stream.
Yeah, it is. That's awesome.
I've been thinking about that recently. I'm like, I was like, I really want to do a Lego set. Like now that I'm like an adult, but then I'm like, I look at the Lego sets and I go, Jesus fucking Christ. Anything that's worth doing is too expensive.
The Lego set that
I'm not buying a bucket to do creative shit.
The Lego set that I wanted to make. So I bought back when I was in college, and I had like a mini like very cute mental breakdown, and you know just college things. And I was like, I'm gonna go down to the mall that has the Lego store. And
that's how I got my Count Olaf tattoo. Same energy. Okay.
And I was like, I'm just going to drive down there and I'm going to buy a Lego set, because if I don't build Legos tonight, I'm going to do something more stupid. Like maybe go get a Count Olaf tattoo. Just kidding. No, but I'm like, I need something. I need anything to do. And I want Legos right now. So I literally went and I got this.
I need Legos.
I need Legos. And it was a locomotive set of a Maersk diesel. And it's very cool. I like it. I still own it.
What year model was the Maersk? Because aren't some of the years rare?
Well, no, not in this case. It was.
I thought there was like a rarity. That would have been cool.
No. Turns out that set ended up being quite rare though.
Oh.
Because I bought it and I built the whole thing and everything, and I love it. I still have it. I've lost parts of it. It was originally like the diesel locomotive and then 2
boxcars,
gondolas behind it. I have since disassembled and lost the gondolas. I only still have the locomotive
not the gondola.
Itself. Yes, I only still have the locomotive itself.
That's my favorite kind of cheese.
Gondola.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, I'll buy another one because I really like that set and I'd love to have like a complete one again
with the gondolas.
Yes.
At least even if you have 2 with 1 gondola, it's better than having
well, then
one
you can run it as a double header. Like they do in real life.
Dude, if you can get a good double header going, like you are leaving the station on time and efficiently.
The set is $600.
What's the girl? What version cost? Can you find the girl version?
Yeah, it's $600.
I love the idea of sexist train sets.
I know. And I love owning one.
Because I just feel like now whenever I look something up, which I don't Google things, but if I did, because we just need to get big enough that we can get a Jamie to pull that shit up for me. I guess it's Rebel right now. Rebel, pull that shit up for me.
Pull that shit up.
Chloe too. People were looking at like the state of Arizona and like I forget what it was. It was like pollution laws, like air pollution, like for sky, like because Arizona has some of the best views at night because we have a lot of like low like light pollution.
Yeah.
And like they started going in on like the laws and like where they found it, like when it was founded, and I'm like, I'm just so envious because I just don't think to Google most shit. And that I don't know how to improve because I don't remember to Google it when something comes up.
Right.
Because I got one track mind. I'm out here looking for Lola Bunny hot and like I'm on Bing.
I'm gonna Bing that.
I use Bing. What is this?
I don't know.
I'm glad you just picked something up so I'd stop talking about Bing. Or was it the Lola Bunny part?
I had to stop at the talk about Bing because we're not sponsored.
Oh fuck, you're right.
We're not sponsored.
Ask Jeez.
Oh, colored pencils.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, those are like cool. Is it like a double cider?
Like, I believe it is.
Those are really nice. I think it's because we were bitching about not having colored pencils.
Like snaps close. That's nice. That's
like a really nice case.
Oh yeah, with some fancy here.
Oh yeah.
Take a look at some colored pencils.
Smell like pencils.
Huff them pencils.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these are like really, really cool.
They are very nice.
Fuck.
Thank you.
And like they're not sharp, but like they're all like, you know, sharp. But they all got the what's it the high and tight.
Yes.
And like it just looks good, like the aesthetic or the pimple.
That's very nice. Thank you.
It's like a nice case too.
Oh no.
That's Gushers, baby. You know we gotta eat. We gotta eat a bag.
I hate Gushers.
You gotta eat one.
I will.
You the Gusher, baby. I'm baby. You're gushing.
And of course sour Skittles.
Mm-hmm.
Always appreciate.
You can have all the sour Skittles if you eat one of the Gushers. One of the packs.
I will. We should go through the rest of the box first, though.
You can delay, but
I will. I can stall.
I'm not refilling your soda until you finish your food.
No more Dr. Pepper until you finish your food.
I swear to God, lady. I was a robot earlier.
Oh, it's a card.
Oh, a card. To hell yeah. Oh, I get to read the card. Thank you. I'm like, how did they do this?
Oh, I think
I like how like you wrote it RB Jones. Which I'm in my head I'm also thinking like root beer Jones. I'm like that's I don't think that's
Arby's.
what it is. They have the meats. Okay, how do I open
I
this?
believe this was what was
Oh, it was a smiley face.
Oh, this is nail polish.
The nail polish. Mm-hmm.
I will give that to you.
Yes. Yeah. I'll try it out. Okay. It seems cool. Salty Hansen.
Sally Hansen.
Sally Hansen.
Did you say salty handsome?
Yeah, the bag was like the part of the bag bent over and made it look like a little T.
Be nice.
Be nice.
Wait, hype.
Hype socks. No,
Hype
that's
socks.
Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Podcast. Do we have during question time I'll do it.
Do what?
I'll paint my nails with the nail polish. I'll just
Oh.
put out some paper towels. You're fine. I won't ruin your nice table.
On my table?
I'll put a towel and then I'll put paper towels down.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a shirt. I liked the crinkle.
Just one last thing.
I gotta read the letter. It's fucking Cheez-Its. All right. So there's something else included in this, but I don't know what it is. But I can feel it because it's like behind the card. So
Right.
I'm gonna read the card. It says, "You're my favorite." I show to the logo.
Say, you should.
Oh, and they did it via sticky notes.
Oh.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Here are some things I think you might like. If not, no worries. Feel free to regift. That's a move.
Okay.
I thought maybe the train and cat toy would be fun to show on stream. The nail polish is my favorite brand, Salty Hansen.
Salty handsome.
And I saw you wear some a few weeks ago. It's not black, but purple is nice too. No worries if it's not your shade. The socks are, oh wow, avoidance socks. In case anyone has the audacity.
Oh, I love that because it says be nice. So
Wow.
they can't be mean because it says be nice.
Anyway, I hope the pencils at least will be of some use. Be well. RB Jones. It says, like, there's a postscript PS, but for a brief second I was like, Psalms what? PS, feel free to reuse the card. I wrote on sticky notes in case I messed up. So,
that's a mood.
you know what? I'm going to. As like, I'm going to give you this as a Christmas card or something.
That is such a mood, though, because, like, whenever I write a card,
we each to Redacted ASMR and Odiepus Rex a $25 Denny's gift card.
That's amazing. Thank you.
You know what we're doing this weekend, baby?
Fuck it up, Denny's. Fuck it up.
You know, I found out I could live stream to Twitch from my phone.
So
we could technically live stream at Denny's. And I kind of, like, have you ever wanted to see what it's like to sit and eat with us?
Yeah, but I don't want to be those.
We'll take the big booth.
That's what we go in Denny's, insist on having the big booth, and then stream.
Well, yeah, bring the tripod. I'll bring my ring light.
I'll bring the mics.
Yeah.
Do the podcast. Have the laptop by then.
Do the podcast. You know, you joke, but that's like the Denny's that my D&D group used to play at.
Well, that's different. You had like an agreement.
It wasn't written,
right?
Yeah,
right,
but they had a whole side room that, like, we basically were like, can we push all the tables together and play D&D for like 12 hours? And they're like, okay. And like, we would just eat. Do you know what it's like to get refills? I am getting refreshed fries every 20 minutes on the 20-minute mark. Yes. Do you know how many? It was, we gained weight during those sessions, but like, and we'd be there for like 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
Like playing because we're just doing stuff. And it's like,
just vibing.
You hungry? Oh, order something. Chicken fingies.
Wave the person down.
That's so cool. Thank you so much, Harvey Jones.
That's incredibly sweet of you.
Hell yeah. And we absolutely are going to play with this on stream.
Yeah, but I also get like anxiety about writing in the cards in case I do something wrong. So I'll type out the entire thing like on screen and then I'll like write it into the card.
Yeah, I'm gonna write in cursive, but like I don't write in cursive often enough to remember how big my letters are. And then I go, oh fuck. Or you get one of those cards that's like, it's not like this where it's like a nice like card stock, but it's the like gloss slightly, and you try to write and it's like, oh, what's that? You let the ink sit there for 15 minutes with a blow dryer on it. Touch it, smudged, still wet, bitch. Yeah. Hell yeah! Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Very,
but
very sweet.
It is about question time.
Yes.
We will not enter question time until the gusher is gushed.
I only have to eat a gusher, right?
You have to eat a whole bag.
But what if some of them are orange? I can't eat oranges.
I don't trust that your dumbass isn't going to pull some colorblind nonsense.
My doctor tells
You're eating them.
I can't eat
then
orange.
I want you to pull them all out and show me the colors. And if you have orange ones, I will supplement yours, and I will trade you.
All right.
And you know what you have to say once you put the gusher in your mouth, right?
Gushers, baby.
Yeah, you give the people what they want.
And you bite down into that pumpkin gusher.
They look like Atlantis money.
Okay, so I can't have the 2 orange ones, but I will eat the rest.
Why can't you have the orange ones?
Oranges make me sick.
Oh, okay.
I'm not joking.
Do you want green?
Sure.
Okay. Like, they look like money that would be used in, like, the fish tank.
They smell like cotton candy.
Oh, yeah. They're, like, all sugar. That's Gusher, baby.
That's Gushers, baby.
So I fucking love them, dude. They're good. I haven't had these in so long. I don't know why I haven't bought them recently.
Here's the thing. The outer casing, I enjoy. The gush is unnecessary.
But that's what you're buying.
But that's why I don't buy them. That's why I buy fruit roll-ups. Because it's the same thing.
I personally buy my fruit by the foot.
Gosh. What flavor is green?
Green? I don't think it says.
Because, like, I guess it's lime. Ew. Ew, ew.
Oh,
I hate this.
Keep kids safe. To avoid choking, give fruit-flavored snacks, and those were all capitalized, only to children who can easily swallow chewy foods. Children should be seated and supervised while eating.
Seen and not heard.
I can't wait to gush. What is that? A gusher?
No! I don't. Thank you for sending these.
You love them. Tell them how much you love it.
Eat all the rest of them. I'm gonna get this over with.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Once you get the liquid done, then you're fine. Now everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. That's how they. Now, if they made medicine like this, like, oh, you gotta take that cough syrup. I want my Adderall in gush form.
No, gusher form.
I want to like bite and go, oh, brain blast.
Well, despite how horrific I found that, thank you very much for sending it. That was very sweet of you.
What the fuck was Sheen from Jimmy Neutron? What was Sheen? You know Sheen. He had Overlord.
I never watched.
You ever watched Jimmy Neutron?
No.
I'll pull up a picture of Sheen, and you're going to explain to me what Sheen is.
Okay.
Also, do we have a towel? Because I'll paint my nails. It'll be a fun thing. They'll love it.
A towel that I don't mind getting nail polish on?
Yeah, I won't. I'm good. I'm basically a pro. I've done it once.
That blue one. Hold on.
Actually, I'm gonna hate it. Not like nail polish, but like the feeling until it chips.
I have acetone. If you end up really.
Well, it's not that. It's just that like I want to like get it chipped right away.
Yeah.
Watch this. You're gonna love my nuts.
I'm gonna love my fucking nuts.
Sheen, Jimmy Neutron. What is Sheen?
A person?
Do you like it?
No.
What's wrong with Sheen? What's wrong, Jimmy Coon?
I don't like that art style.
That's fair. I don't know why we liked it. Yes, I'm sorry. Big brain Sheen.
Oh, that's you in that picture.
Sheesh. This is how I feel when you said that to me.
It's your Megamind picture.
It is. Get you a man who looks at you like this. Is your man's head as big as a building?
I can't say.
Because I can advertise on the forehead.
Is it question time?
Sure. Thanks for the napkin.
You're welcome.
This was not for this.
No. It has multiple uses.
Yeah, I'm going to need to rinse my hands, though, because it's sticky. But we can do the intro.
Hello, and welcome to... Question time. Question time.
What is it?
I'm sorry.
Atlas, I'm sorry that you have to write that timestamp.
Oh my god.
I'm committing crimes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Good.
Not listening, but I can't hear you.
From RB Jones. How appropriate. What is your favorite thing to shop for?
What?
What is your favorite thing to shop for? Honestly, I love shopping for groceries. I genuinely enjoy it. And I know some people hate that. I like it. I like going to the grocery store.
So brave and so bold.
I don't have to, like, you're not trying anything on. You're just going, I like the taste of these things, and I'm going to buy them and have them.
I like the way this feels in my mouth.
Yeah?
That's what you say.
That's what I say, and that's what I feel.
What? I never went to
You have the floor.
I don't like grocery shopping.
Okay.
Because it's boring.
Okay. It doesn't have to be.
No, and that's because I went with Tyler. The first time we went grocery shopping when we first started dating, all I did was make a pun of every single food I could find.
There you go.
And then she goes, I never want to go with you again. And I'm like, perfect. And then I'd still have to go because I'd get guilt tripped. To the shopping trip. I'm like, it's boring. I don't know what we want. Why don't you write a list? And like, we'll split up and speed run and get done faster. But I can appreciate why you'd want to, because I have been well read and said, I'm going to go buy snacks. And that's when I enjoy grocery shopping.
Well, that's how I look at it, is I'm like, I get to buy food that I want and then go home and eat it.
Yeah. I love that. What do I like shopping for? I mean, shopping's just stressful. I also have I get a lot of financial guilt all the time on any purchase. To the point where buying $12 joke sunglasses is an actual contentious thing of like, with shipping, it comes out to $19? I'm like, $19 Fortnite gift card. I'm just like, I don't know. I really like clothes shopping, although I don't do it.
Okay.
Because there was one year where I got to live my fantasy of going clothes shopping, where my like aunt and uncle like were helping my mom out because it was just like mom didn't have money for like it was like rent or school clothes.
Yeah.
And so my aunt and uncle came and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take you guys, to the outlets, and we're gonna like, get whatever you want." My sister was like, "Cool, hog wild." I'm like looking at the clearance rack, and like I was like 13, but like it's just that's how I've always been. I don't, I'm not here to take up space, in that sense, and that might be a lot of that too. Is like I love my mom to death, but like a lot of just like how I grew up with like being like not being poor, but like we had the roof over our heads. Like we had all the shit that mattered. We'll just go to like Goodwill or whatever. But I'm like, I was always dragged places to buy things that I knew I didn't have money for. So it like made me kind of hate shopping as a like doing all of that. I do like doing it online, but I will say when you have like a bunch of clothes, like even like as a kid where it's like, all right, you have a $200 limit. It's like, I'm going to try on all this stuff. And you're doing a little fashion show in the room.
I hate trying on clothes.
Really?
I hate it. I don't do it.
Oh, I don't do it anymore. No, absolutely not. But as a kid, there was a time where like it was cool. Like if you went to like the mall with your friends, Taylor.
I was gonna say,
yeah, when Taylor dragged you to Abercrombie. Well, no, Brendan would drag you to there.
Brendan couldn't drag me anywhere. Okay. Second question: which is more important, the intent or the effect? The effect, I feel, but to that point, intent is also important. Like I usually hear it referred to as like intent versus impact, and the way I've always looked at it is like, you don't like your intent does matter because like your impact is more important in the sense of no matter what you meant to do, that
you can't control how someone is impacted.
That doesn't dictate like how it affected someone, and you like are still beholden to the impact you have on someone. But it's important to know someone's intent when they did something, especially if it's like a thing that is bad or questionable, because that's how you can then educate a person on like how to not do that in the future. By knowing what they meant, you can then clarify to them like why that's not what was achieved in a way that they'll understand and respond to without feeling like they're being like attacked or something. So intent is important, but ultimately I think impact is more important. But for the sake of like teachable moment, intent does matter, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I think intent, ultimately impact is what's most important because that's the only way you can objectively like decide if your intent was correct. Like at the end of the day, if the impact is not the way you predicted it based on your intent, then you didn't convey your intent correctly. But it depends entirely on the situation though, because like it could be something where like getting somebody a gift for something, not knowing that something tragic just happened. And then it's like, I didn't know.
How could I have known?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but like that's still going to impact that person negatively. And if they're a good person, they'll try to tell you like it's not your fault, you didn't know, but like it might have just broke that fucking person for another week.
Yeah.
And like it sucks. It wasn't the intention. It's like, thank you so much. It's sweet. I hate it.
Right. Yeah.
So I hope that's a satisfying answer.
Getting some deep questions on the quick quit.
Hey, I like the quick quit. Wait.
Yeah. Okay. There were a lot of comments this time, which was very nice, and I appreciate that.
We hit over 100.
But so there might be a little bit of a, pause while I'm trying to find the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's not a question. Okay. Rebel asks, what is the worst, most cursed fact you know for research purposes? Worst or cursed fact? I don't know. It's a cursed fact I know. That like sometimes like on a beach when there's like all that foam that's like whale cum.
to the Hell Yeah podcast.
Which I honestly don't know if that's even real, but that's a fact I have been told.
I mean, mine is that like that ducks have a corkscrew penis, and that like rape is a really big problem,
and that's why it's corkscrewed. Population.
Yeah, and that like female ducks will have like counterclockwise like vaginas, and it's real.
Yeah,
Tim.
That's another like awful animal sex fact is that like otters, very cute, you know, like hold each other's hands and everything.
They have shell to smash.
They're incredibly like jealous animals, and they'll like attack one another and like kill like each other over it. And there's lots of bad stuff with otters, even though they're cute.
Oh, I felt like you told me recently that raccoons drown dogs. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Little thieves.
Yeah. Stealing lives.
Telling lies.
Yes,
at Shoppers Drug Mart. Sorry, I'm doing my nails, chat.
Oh my god.
Oh, I should do it over here so they can see.
Drag Race Canada, the second season of it is airing right now. Mm-hmm. And the grand prize.
I look like you're just feeding me lines as I'm like, sweaty, okay.
The grand prize is sponsored by Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it Anton Christensen underwear?
No. It's Shoppers Drug Mart.
I love it.
You get $100,000 from Shoppers Drug Mart.
I'm fucking ready.
Rebel's second question: what is a guilty pleasure you have? I don't know. I don't think pleasures need to be guilty.
Well, I think it's. I would argue that a guilty pleasure is something that you may not like, something you like that brings you joy that you may not publicly
broadcast. Yeah.
Like, what's something you enjoy that you wouldn't tell your parents about?
Tell my parents about?
Although your parents are pretty open.
That's not really. Yeah.
But that's the concept, I think.
I guess like my Bionicles are a guilty pleasure in a sense. Like I wouldn't tell like coworkers or something necessarily. Like, oh hey, I own every Bionicle from 2001 to 2006, but I'm also not ashamed of them. Like I like them and I like having them. Yeah. But
I did not do these well, but I fucked up a lot less than I did before because I wasn't trying to do a whole nail. So
yeah, since you wanted to just chip anyway, like
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like guilty pleasure music is definitely a thing, but like I don't really have guilty pleasure music. I'm not like I don't keep my music interests a secret really.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I know I'll think of something better. That's the problem. But like, I'm trying to think guilty pleasure, like, or something that like you would be embarrassed to like share that like you really really fucking love.
Yeah. Oh, this is kind of a weird thing. It would be very difficult to explain to someone. So on YouTube, I love watching this channel called Poppin' Atelier, where she like redesigns like dolls.
Okay.
Like she takes like Monster High dolls and stuff, and she'll like make them into like really like fancy like nice things. Mm-hmm. I don't like dolls. I don't want dolls. I have no interest in dolls, but I love watching her channel, and I don't know why. And trying to explain to someone like I love watching this channel of this woman who makes dolls. Like that's bizarre.
The possum channel. The possum lady.
Oh, where she like massages the possum and stuff.
Yeah, like it's just it's like M.A. Pearl or something like that. Yeah, uh-huh. I love that.
Yeah.
I really like. I'm also trying to think of like what's something that's like cringy or know like that I'm like I still like. Like I still love it. Like. I guess League of Legends. Because I get clowned on every time, but like I don't. Worlds is this weekend. I'm gonna get up at like 5 a.m.
to compete.
No, it's the finals on Saturday at 5 a.m. Edward Gaming versus DWG, and I don't know who I want to win, but I think I want Edward Gaming to win because I don't think they've won Worlds, and DWG did win Worlds, and when you win Worlds, whatever like was your main team or the team that you used to win Worlds, like in the final game or whatever, or your favorite champion, they'll make into a skin for that team. So like, as someone who in a free-to-play game has spent way too much money over the years between gift cards people have given me and my own money, there's cool like that's a big way they make money. It's really fucking sweet. Yeah. I'm someone where I'm like I love Jinx, I love Jin. Recently I've really started to fall in love with Kaisa and like some other champions like the Donger. Mm-hmm. And like I will buy every skin for that champion, and just every time I play, I'll try to rotate out. Most of the time I don't. I still have a favorite, but I like owning like all the skins, except that there's a Jin skin that's DWG, and I don't like his mask. And I'm like, I should buy it because Worlds is like ending soon, and I'm not going to be able to buy it till next year.
Right.
And I'm like, but I don't need it, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I gotta. So.
Yeah.
AFK Arena. That's my actual guilty pleasure.
Oh, okay.
The gacha game that I play that I've been playing for a couple of years now. That like I have spent. I am I don't know, smaller than, well, I guess a dolphin. I don't know. I've spent a sizable amount of money. Yeah, a porpoise. I'm a little manatee in this game. But like, I've got a pretty fucking good account. Like, I'm nowhere near anywhere close to the top, but like, I'm just below like challenger, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm slowly catching up, because I used to think, I'm like, how do people have all these ascended people? And I'm like, now I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, if I get another goddamn legendary light bearer, I'm gonna blow my brains out. I have too much fodder.
Far too much. Bonus round. Why are all toothpaste the #1 recommended brand by dentists?
Because as my aunt is a dentist, just please brush your fucking teeth.
Yeah, I think they just really want you to brush your teeth, and you should.
The 9 out of 10 thing is literally just marketing.
Yeah.
Because if they said 10 out of 10 doctors would recommend toothpaste.
Right.
But
we
you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. Also, no one tells like a dentist, like, no, you have to pick your favorite. It's literally just, would you recommend this? And they go, yes, it's toothpaste.
I love the toothpaste.
I enjoy toothpaste. Oh, don't pull it like that.
I didn't realize. I'm doing a lot right now. I gotta lean forward.
Okay. Sal asks.
1-bit Sal.
1-bit Sal. He was 3-bit Sal by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Sal asks. He got pizza money, but not bit money. I can't help but notice. These credits don't transfer.
We were playing Super Mario Odyssey, and I was like, and when you go to the desert level, there's all the ice shit. There was a car frozen that's from like New Donk City, and I go, Jesse, Baby Miracle 21, is that you? DoorDash ain't gonna pay you if you stuck in the ice.
Oh my God.
It was pretty good. It was spicy.
Sal asks,
yeah,
what fictional world would be the worst to live in? I mean, the world of Dead Space would be pretty fucking terrible. Like, now that like Brother Moons are awake.
Nicole is dead.
Yeah, there's nothing. That'd be really bad.
Fortnite.
But I could be Master Chief at the Ariana Grande concert.
Do you know what's like getting teabagged by Rick and Morty at the Ariana Grande concert? And Fetty Wap's there?
Oh my God.
Okay. But where's the baby?
The baby. The canceled.
Yeah. The baby trying to get the bag.
Sal's second question.
Bioshock would also be pretty fucked.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Any dystopian
Infinite would be good. Depending.
I mean, you're right. You'd be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it was blatant racism.
I mean, never mind. I'm not going to make the joke.
Okay.
I don't want to be clipped out of context. I love that you get to throw the baseball.
Oh my God, no.
I don't. I hated that part.
Awful.
I was so goddamn pissed that it's like, I'm like, you actually could.
Yeah.
And like, there's like you get like if you, by not doing it, you can find them later and get like an extra reward.
Yeah.
But I want to say there is something that also can happen if you throw it. And I'm like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
I'm like, you guys didn't need to do this, but like it also cemented that like this wasn't great.
It made a point.
It's simple and clean. Father Zachariah, to be clear. I'm sorry that I made that joke. I couldn't help myself, but I needed to express it at least to Eric because you knew what I was going to say.
Yes.
I mean, someone had to say it. Look, I'm just asking questions.
You're just asking questions. Second question.
None of what I said was a question. I just said racist shit.
If you could live on a planet.
I didn't say racist shit, to be clear.
Okay. This is a bit of a journey.
Oh, is this Sal's question?
This is Sal's second question.
How many bit? Okay.
This is the second bit question.
I'll give my opinion on this.
If you could live on a planet where the sun was dimmer or just dark, so light was very scarce, but like was still warm and you're able to live there the same way we live on Earth, would you take that opportunity? It's always darker? I actually don't think I would.
Well, that's like kind of like in Like if you're in certain parts of the world where like they'll have 6 months of sunlight or like and then like just darkness.
30 Days of Night. Based on a comic.
Real stories.
People don't know that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, 30 Days of Night was actually based on a comic.
Based on a comic? Which one? Was it
30 Days of Night.
I was gonna say, is it Jim Gaffigan? That's my favorite comic.
Yeah.
I love the way that
his Hot Pocket sketch.
Hot Pocket. Jim Gaffigan is kind of funny though.
It is funny. God, I hope he doesn't get canceled soon.
Dude, Louis was a blow, man. But like, also like, good fucking riddance. I'm sorry.
I really thought he was that funny. Although I will say he had some. I never watched much of his comedy, but I will say I love that couches sketch on SNL, and that makes me really sad.
The couches,
sectional couches.
Oh, I think of the couches. I think it's the Michael Keaton sketch that was cut for time.
Oh, where he is the couch?
Where it's Toby, and he's doing like a Blue's Clues thing, and it's like he's getting evicted, and he's been fucking the couches. Yeah. And it's like, he's like, it's just a puppet. It's my hands.
Yeah. So would you live on that planet?
I mean, I don't really leave my house all that often anyway, but I gotta say, sometimes when you have to like go out and do something and like the sun hits right, especially if like it's in Arizona, we get this a lot where like your house is air conditioned nice. Like right now it's really cold.
Yes.
But like if it was sunny outside and you go out, it's like that. It's tough. It's tough. But I would also argue there'd be a lot more artificial light, and if it's something that like society would grow around that, like maybe, yeah, sure, why not? Try something new. But I would rather be born there and not know of light.
Anything different, yeah.
I was born in darkness, molded by it.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong today. 13th Faye asks, what's the stupidest white lie you've ever told? I actually have a good answer for this.
Tell me.
So when I was working at the hiking store, so that was when I was changing majors at one point. I was originally a psychology major, and then I very briefly switched to material science engineering. And so at that point, when I had switched to that,
it's really pretty.
It's purple.
Thanks. Yeah, it's sparkly purple.
Matches your earrings.
Matches your I don't wear
headphones.
I've always wanted to get my ear pierced. We should do that.
Do it.
We should make a video of me going to Kohl's and saying, I'll pierce it.
Do they pierce them at Kohl's?
I'm sure they'll pierce it. Oh.
Claire's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured Kohl's was her, like, cool brother.
Right. I know Claire's is bad. It's where I got mine pierced. It was fine.
I don't have to support them to have them shoot the needle.
No, it's not that like Claire's is like a bad company. Maybe they are, but the people are like, you can get like infections and stuff, and I'm like, that is totally fair and valid. But
you get infections on Tinder and Grindr, so like, fucking stay in your lane.
Okay, so anyway, so I was working at that store, and I ended up telling all of them like, hey, like I switched to an engineering major, and they were like, oh, and for some reason my manager there fixated on this, and she was like, he's our resident engineer and everything, and like kept calling me like the engineer. I then switched majors like a month later. I never even took a class for engineering. I went, I don't want to do that. I want to go into
you started looking at what classes you would need to take, and you said no.
Well, I was excited for them, but then I was like, this is like a very like niche engineering field specifically, and I was like, and it's not that I'm
building bonkles.
Yes, and it's not that I wasn't interested in it, but I was like, I don't know that I'm passionate enough about this to like be in this competitive of a field, because it was a quite small field of engineering. So I was like, I'd rather just get a business degree and go that route anyway.
Yeah.
So I did, but then like I didn't tell my manager that I switched my major again, because I was like embarrassed, not at the new major, but at the idea that I had switched it again so quickly. So until the day I left that company, everyone thought I was an engineering student, and that in of itself is not a big deal, but that they kept calling me like the engineer. And then Taylor got a job there.
I keep thinking of YPub.
Well, and then Taylor got a job there, and Taylor knew I was an engineering student. I'm like, please, just continue to lie with me that I'm an engineering student. And it was so stupid. There were no stakes. There was no point in lying about that. And it just blew out of proportion. And I just was like, yeah, I'm an engineering student until the day I left.
Yeah.
Just for like a year and a half.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know for a fuck. Oh, what's the stupidest white lie that I've ever done that blew up grossly out of proportion? I'm still in school, guys. Yeah, I definitely got kicked out of ASU and then just lied about it for a year. I would go skate to campus, watch YouTube on my laptop outside of a classroom.
Yeah.
And
that might be a little more than a white lie.
I'm white.
Well, white was lying.
You're right.
Yeah.
I know there's smaller lies. There's smaller, dumber lies. But, like...
That one's poignant.
That's the most one of recent memory.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick tangent, because I'm going to run out to my car.
Okay.
So, I had to panic finish Oxenfree so that I could catch the last possible showing of the My Hero Academia World Heroes mission in theaters, because it's a limited run. Like, apparently, the theater near me, the Harkins, like, they were gonna have it later in the week, like up through Friday. I think up through next weekend. But I wanted to see it. I wanted to talk to Sin about it. Like, you know, and it was gonna be good.
Yep.
I wanted to try to catch the subtitled one where it's still in Japanese. I had to take the dub, whatever.
Yep.
Not a big deal. And I had done my face up and did a whole bit of being no face from Spirited Away. I didn't have time to wash all of it off between finishing the game and then like going. And chat's like, just go in your makeup. It's Halloween. You'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. As I'm driving on the way there in full face paint, but otherwise, and I'm like, I have my Spirited Away shirt on and I'm like trying to do it. I keep thinking, I'm like, I am wearing full face paint going to a movie theater. I'm like, I am going to get stopped. And there was a possibility of like the police being called because I worked myself up almost like because it's stuff that happened in the past. I'm like, and my hair's bright green. I'm like, I am checking off every box, and I'm like, I swear I'm just a weeb, and I'm like, and I shower, so I am completely harmless. I am a clean weeb. I just want to see Jiro. That's it. And she had less than a minute of screen time, but it was cool. Overall, 3 out of 10. Needed more Jiro.
Fair.
But as I come back, I mentioned this on my Discord, and no one cared to say anything about it. I come back to my car, and there's this little thing. It was actually not after the movie, but before the movie. I go to my car in the parking lot. There's like this like paper stick thing.
Okay. And
on a fan, it says something, and I'm gonna go grab that because I still have it, which means that someone bought this, let it fall on the street in my parking lot, and they're probably looking for it, and I'm keeping it in my car for a bit.
Okay.
Just a moment.
All right.
They'll love it.
The people love it.
What was the question?
Stupidest white lie you've ever told?
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hello, and welcome to It's Just Me Hour again, and it's me with the fucked up video, so isn't that fun? I cannot... For any of you, if you don't watch a channel on YouTube called Novimpia, it's 2 drag queens named Nova and Olympia, and they're very, very funny. And they recently put out a video where they're talking about like all the references that they make all the time, and one of them, which I had also made before I ever watched them, but now after having seen them talk about it again, I can't stop thinking about it, is "Okay, yeah" from SNL, and I can't stop saying it. I'm ready.
Eyebrows on fleek. The fuck? So I see this, and I'm like, the minutes are ticking away. Like, I need to go catch this movie, but I'm gonna go and pick this up. As it's this
The Boys.
I don't know if it's like a K-pop band or
it's gotta be
or like
or J-pop
called The Boys with a Z, and I was like, I'm not Googling it. Someone else will do it for me.
Why are there so many of them?
They're The Boys.
That's a lot of boys.
But do you see why I had to pick it up?
Yes.
You wouldn't have, but you would have taken a picture of it probably.
Probably. There are 11 of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of boys.
That's
and they all have their unique personalities. Although it looks like the one guy on the end has his arm broken, but they tried to like put it in a cool sling and make him look edgy.
Maybe it is.
I have no idea, and I can still see it clearly through the other side of it.
Yeah.
Which one is Jimin? Right? Isn't that one of the boys? In
That's oh my god.
Girls' Generation. I love that
Steps. Yeah.
Twice. Oh, I do love Twice. Oh, I fucking love Twice.
BTS. That's
Is
it.
this
That's it.
BTS?
Behind the scenes. Is this behind the scenes?
Is this BTS? Tell me down below who your favorite BTS boys member is.
Is it the one with the broken arm?
I just don't know. You know, I know exactly who this is. It's the girl with the Final Fantasy VII license plate.
That's fair. She's just fan and stuff with the boys.
I mean, who is we?
Yeah. Okay. What's something you've experienced that was traumatic at the time, but you genuinely laugh at now with the benefit of hindsight?
My implosion.
That's fair. Yeah.
Have I told that story on here?
You have, yeah. It was in one of the earlier ones.
Yeah. When I shit myself at the water park or in the bathroom and my mom had to save me, going, Mom. And then I got new swim trunks. So pretty good day.
I had a similar bathroom disaster story.
Rolling down the pant leg?
That was less explosive because it wasn't poop. It was in fact piss. But so my mom was a teacher and she
Gushers.
What?
Where's my Gushers?
Oh, Gushers. The Gushers over there. My mom was a teacher and she taught at a different school. That's loud. Then
I really didn't think it'd be that loud. I was like, we'll get a little ASMR. It's like
she taught at a different school than the one I went to, and it was actually a different school district, so they had different like days off. So I had a day off that they didn't, and at the time, like, you know, my parents couldn't afford like daycare or any of that shit or whatever, and like no one was available to like watch me, and I was still quite young. So she was like, okay, you can just come.
Should have just put a mirror up and said, watch yourself.
So she was like,
Trust
you know,
nobody, not
you
even
can come to
yourself.
school with me and just like, you know, sit there and just, you know, like, you know, don't talk, be good. I was like, okay. But that school had, are they all red? Hell yeah. Oh hell yeah.
They're all my gems.
Every single gem is red.
They're all red.
All movies. What's a vibe?
I love fruit flavored snacks.
So, but I had to wear a school uniform because the school that she taught at had a uniform. So I was like dressed up like in a little polo and like not button up, you know, and like khaki shorts or whatever with like a belt on them or whatever. And the belt was like sticky, like the belt like kept getting caught. But because I didn't wear it, like we bought it like literally just for this because I was growing, so like it turned out I didn't have a belt that fit, so she like found one at Ross or something, and so like it was not a good belt, but it worked. But I couldn't undo the belt.
Oh no!
I didn't realize I couldn't undo the belt, but like I couldn't get the belt undone. So like so at one point I was like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And at this point, I did not realize I couldn't get the belt on. And I'm like having to wait because like she's like teaching. So I'm having to like wait because she's gonna have to like walk me to the bathroom because it was like not in a great neighborhood or whatever. So it's like they had to like unlock it or whatever. Or like her like I think they had like a TA or something who had to like unlock it. So like I'm trying to like not have to go to the bathroom, but I ended up having to eventually go to the bathroom. So I was like, I gotta go. So go to the bathroom. I'm in there. I have to pee so bad, so fucking bad, and like. I can't get the belt undone. I'm standing in front of the fucking toilet and I cannot get this belt undone. And I'm like panicking because it won't come off. And I can't just pull the shorts off either because they're too tight because the belt is too tight. And so I can't like...
You're trapped in your pants.
I'm trapped in my pants.
You were tucked into your pants.
And I piss myself standing in front of the toilet. And I just start crying because like... I'm in front of the fucking toilet and I'm just pissing myself.
I am crying, but the toilet hears no tears.
It doesn't care. There's piss rolling down my leg. And I'm just standing there in my little button-up shirt and my belt that won't undo and my piss-covered khaki shorts that are just turning like black with piss. like go dark.
With your sickly ichor.
As it just like, and then it just pours down my leg and I'm just sobbing, covered in my own piss in this bathroom,
all over my
Valentino bag. And then I'm like, I can't go outside. I'm covered in pee, and I'm trying to like wipe it up with cheap cheap toilet paper that's
single ply.
That's shredding as I'm like trying to like run it up my leg. So then like I'm trying to like rub my pants.
It's just a child, and you don't know like how to do it.
And so I'm trying to like you know like
what you do is you go get more water, you just splash it all over, and you out soak the piss.
Right, and you just say the thing broke. Yeah, you know.
You go, my dick fell off.
My dick fell off. It unscrewed.
I was in the middle of peeing, and it just. I can't do it because I'm not putting the pin in my mouth.
Yeah, so just covered in piss, and I like tried to like wipe it off and like dab it up with like the toilet paper, and so it just shreds. Now I'm covered in like
a wet khaki,
lint of like toilet paper that has shredded all over my like piss.
It now looks far more obvious.
Oh yeah. It was horrifying.
You got that quilted northern.
And I literally like went outside and I had to like go back in the room covered in pee and admit that I was covered in pee.
In the middle of the class?
Yeah, because like it reached a point where my mom was like, where are you? So then they're like knocking on the door like, are you still in there? And I'm crying, covered in pee. And then I had to go back in the room covered in pee.
That reminds me of the story.
Now I laugh at it.
That's funny. That's funny. I laughed at it just a minute ago. When I was a kid, I lived in California, San Joaquin Valley, and they had a big overflow problem. Like, I went to 4 different schools in 1 year. Mm-hmm. I still don't understand like how it all works. But there was one school that I was at for like a week, and that was the school that I decided I'm gonna find out what's in the girls' bathroom.
Okay.
So I went, and like maybe it was just like it's just normal like childhood curiosity, but like I've been told I can't go in there for so long, and I'm like, but I don't have a girls' bathroom at home. It's just the bathroom.
Yeah,
and it's just more stalls. Like
no more stalls, no urinals.
That's it. You mean the high chair poopy rooms? No. So I remember I went in there and I was like, you know what? I gotta keep my cover. I'm like, I'm gonna be a girl, and I like sat down to pee.
Oh,
like I did the whole shebang.
Right.
Like I went undercover.
You're
boss.
Committing to the bit.
I went undercover boss on this. You know, like I like asked the teacher to go. Can I go use the bathroom? And then went. And I didn't go to the nearest ones. I went to like 2 sets of bathrooms away.
Yeah.
So I had plausible deniability.
Right.
As I was leaving, some kid way on the other side of the field could see me. And I'm like, he just saw me come out of the girls' bathroom. First of all, in hindsight, this kid, no fucking way he could have seen what bathroom I came out of.
Yeah. Much less who you were.
But I just committed a crime.
Yeah.
And
you will be perpetrated for it.
12, 13 years from then, that would be a sex offense crime. So like, it's
you're getting in on the ground floor.
Yeah, it's a what is it, like a status
statutory
offense? Status offense. That's like when you buy like a cigarette, like if you try to buy cigarettes under 21 or under 18, it's a status offense technically, because it's not, like, it is illegal, but you're not an adult.
Okay.
And so I see the kid, and for whatever reason, I was like also like really into cracking my knuckles.
Yeah.
And I was like already doing this, and then I looked at him from across the thing, and I just went like, and like kept cracking my knuckles and like walking like without, and I didn't think anything of it. 15 minutes later, I'm back in my classroom.
It's Jen.
I don't know who this fucking teacher is. Teacher lady, there'll be a new one next week. I don't give a shit. I'm an overflow kid. What the fuck you gonna do about it? The last kid who messed with me, his house burnt down.
And he never got those cards back.
I just wanted Exodia. He said he was gonna give it to me. And this kid and a teacher come in and go, which one was it? And the kid goes, it points to me. He full on points at me and said that I was like threatening him. And I'm like, first of all, the kid was like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And this is like 3rd grade Steve. Like, I am 3.5 feet tall at most.
But you were threatening him.
Goddamn right. A threatening aura. Because I had expressed so much femininity.
Right.
I needed to toxically masculine. I just pissed sitting down like a gal. I need to go kick some kid's ass. I'm looking for a fight.
Oh, God.
And like, I got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
But then like, they went to go fill out a report and they're like, you don't have any paperwork because I was like an overflow student. And I just like, I got off
the books.
I got off on a technicality, baby.
Baby.
So anyway, I'm ready to fight kids.
That's fair.
It's not related to the question, but it was a funny story that I remembered.
Rebecca.
Every time.
You have your own late
The
night
Broadway
talk.
musical?
Yes. As a matter of fact, it never made it to Broadway.
Did they have a Tony?
It was canceled the first day of rehearsals. It's an interesting video. 2 videos.
You gotta send me that Monsters Unleashed one too.
Yes. You have your own late night talk show. Who do you invite as your first guest?
Conan.
Jenna Marbles.
Oh. I wouldn't invite Conan.
Jenna Marbles. If she would come, I would respect her if she did not. But I would love for her to come.
If I actually got one, like I just suddenly like I got my own late night show, Eddie Burback.
To get the real facts.
No.
Grill him.
No.
Like, did you know?
No. If you check out Eddie's channel, he's talked about like late night hosts before, especially once like Lily Singh got her show.
Yes.
And like, you know, not hating on her because she's a woman, but because it just wasn't that funny.
No, it just wasn't a good show.
No, it wasn't. Swell Entertainment is a really fun YouTube channel. I don't know if you watch her at all.
I don't think so.
You should check her out. She does fun, like really cool videos of just like she went to TanaCon.
Nice.
And like documented it.
Oh, I think
and she was even on Dr. Phil with it too.
I think I have seen her actually. I don't think I know it by name.
Mm-hmm.
She have dark hair, glasses.
I mean, like kind of like like big
pale
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have seen her a couple of
like
videos.
I love all of her fucking content. It's all good. Yeah.
Yes. Meta asks, next Halloween are we going to do another couples cosplay? Because she suggests Jack and Sally or Corpse Bride and Victor.
Since you asked, no. I mean, honestly,
we'll probably do another like paired in some capacity. Yeah.
Honestly, it was a lot of fun. And any excuse that we have to like artistically explore space in the podcast, I'm here for it.
Yeah. She also asks, Eric, now that it's November, are we going to get a Gavin audio where he tries to get us to lose No Nut November? How much are you willing to pay?
It's the premium audio.
Yes. Okay. Oh gosh. Now we.
You know what? You should do that, and then it's just Zeke giving a sermon. Then you spend yourselves to church, kids.
Megan MCG asks, did Eric want to be Harley Quinn, or was Odie just a Joka baby all the way, and Eric was forced to wear the wig? I very much wanted to be Harley Quinn.
I'm going to argue that it was the other way around.
I was inspired to be Harley Quinn as a result of your Joka baby
comment.
Yes. But no, I absolutely wanted to be Harley Quinn.
You were like, I think I want to be Harley Quinn for Halloween. I'm like, oh, would you want to do like costumes in the podcast? And you were like, yeah.
No, that's not how that went.
Well, I'm summarizing the shit more or less. But tell me. I'm not saying that's not how. I didn't stand there and go, oh, do you want to do this for the podcast? And you were there with like this, like, yeah, in a dark lit room.
Yeah, but I didn't have a Halloween costume planned. I haven't planned a Halloween costume since like years.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you had brought it up that you wanted to do the cosplay costume thing.
No, I didn't.
That's when I found out you were doing Harley Quinn.
You said you were going to do the Joker. And so I said, oh, I'll do Harley Quinn. I didn't say I'm going to be Harley Quinn. And you said, oh, I'll be the Joker. It all came from the Joker baby.
You can have your truth, and I'll have my truth. We'll let God figure it out. That's not how my memory is not to be trusted. You're right.
Suffice it to say, I was very happy to be Harley Quinn.
I didn't realize that I inspired it.
Yeah. From literally us talking about the Joker baby.
Why would you think that I would remember anything that comes out of my
mouth? I didn't think you would.
You know that when I speak, I too am hearing these thoughts for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
It's a journey we can go on together.
Okay.
I hate having to scroll up.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to have to sort it the other way where you have to scroll down to find the most.
Sparks Nix asks, if one life-changing event was changed, what is the one event that you do not ever want to change? And what event would you want to change? I wouldn't want to change anything because I'm actually really happy with my life right now. But
I'd prefer to change the whole like me being born thing. Like, I don't want to change that. I'd like to still be alive.
Yeah.
in terms of like life changing, like what that I would want to change. I don't know. I would not have a Mike's Hard Lemonade that night when I had just started like a new antidepressant that I'd never done before. I'd already taken it, and then I just like, oh, I gotta have like a half a Mike's Hard. I passed out on the couch for 45 minutes and lived 6 years of my life over again.
Yeah.
A little bit of a bad time. And like I didn't learn anything from it. I just feel old.
Yeah. Oh, I would have, well, no, that was a formative experience. I would have stopped drinking earlier, maybe.
Like at noon?
Yeah. Not too much, but just a little bit before all the health problems.
I was to say after the Jack in the Box.
Yes.
Because that's a good high note to go out on.
It really was, and I should have quit while I was ahead. Yeah. MJ asks, Eric, did you do your own lipstick? Yes, I did.
I did it. I put it on my lips and I kissed it
Kissed it on. Yeah, no, we both did our own makeup. And then
which was very impressive. That I didn't fuck it up as bad as I thought. I mean, it was a clown. If any fuck up I do was actually like worked.
Well, that's the genius too with like Harley. It's like she smears it on with her fingers. So it's like,
it was a fun one.
How bad could it be?
I do want to say that like I do want to do something like a little more intricate next year.
Yeah.
But we got to find something good that you guys aren't going to predict.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna spoop you.
Because you're not telling me what I'm wearing.
No.
Unless you're paying me money, and then I will. I am your little whore.
But not for a podcast.
No, but
podcast
for like $7.99, yeah.
Like. And she asked, Odie, do you thrift often?
No. I should, but I don't.
I used to do it more often. It can be fun.
It's fun
when
with
you find
friends.
good shit. Yeah, it's mostly fun with friends.
Like when I went most recently, it wasn't because I was like, I need to make this costume, and I'm going, and I have run out of time.
It's not fun if you're going there with something in mind.
I'm not finding a fucking vest.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a swimming pool.
You stupid slut. Chip Checkered Carpet asks, as a kid, did you guys have anything that you assumed you had?
I was never a child.
Choose to imagine being a child.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, did you guys have anything that you assumed you had to do was a requirement for when you reached adulthood that wasn't actually a requirement? For example, when I was a kid, I thought I would have to wear fake nails and or have my nails painted 24/7 because I saw my mom do it so often, and it was the cause of several of my meltdowns as a 6, 7, 8-year-old.
You get me on this kind of stuff a lot. Like, there's been a handful of things where, like, you're like, why are you doing it that way? And I'm like, don't I have to? And you're like, oh, and it's like, so I'm like, it's like when you read a word only in your head and then you say it out loud for the first time. I mean, the car light being illegal is the thing, but I totally get it now because I'm like, it's fucking bright.
It's
I can't
annoying,
see.
Yeah.
It's really dark. There's no other light. You turning that on means I can't see anything in front of us.
Yeah. My dad was always very good at answering any questions that I had about anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's just fairly well informed about a lot of stuff, and when he doesn't know something, he'll just say he doesn't know it. Like, he doesn't make it up. And so I just sort of assumed as a child that there was going to be a time when, you know, the knowledge would somehow strike me.
Oh, like Dovahkiin. Like,
yes.
Your father crumbles to dust as you absorb
his knowledge,
the family memories.
And I become the knowledge now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought there would be like
big brain.
A time when it
You'd
was
become
like,
big brain.
I have to be that. Yeah, and then I was like, oh no, he just like knows a lot of stuff because he's just a curious guy, you know, who's learned a lot.
I remember, as close to this as I could think of, I used to think that it was normal for like adults to like collect leaves from outside and like keep them in a bag.
Okay.
Because one time I was at my dad's house and
I
was on the computer and I look over in the dresser and there's a bag and I'm like, what is this? And I pull out this gallon-sized Ziploc bag stuffed with these big leaves from outside. And I'm like, and it's like full.
A hefty bag.
And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I didn't know Dad liked leaves. And I was like, hey, Dad, I found your leaves. And he goes, those aren't leaves, son. And he's like, did you find the porn mags too? And I was like, no. And he's like, good. You bet your ass I found them the next day. And I was like, thanks, Dad. This one's for you.
Oh God.
That's not what I did. But like, you know, just like I'm like, oh, like so it's not necessarily like I didn't know like that wasn't a thing, but like it didn't really dawn on me for a few years later until I was like, it was a big ass fucking bag of weed. My dad's like, yeah, I was selling weed, Steve. Like I don't know what you want me to say.
It's Shimo.
It was legal then in early 2000s.
It's all allegedly. Your memory is faulty.
I told my dad when my dad like when I started to like learn about like because my dad's had like a hard and rough life. Like he's the first to admit it, and like my dad used to sell a shit ton of pot and probably other stuff. But he's like, how do you think we went to Disneyland all the time, Steve? And I'm like, because you guys work hard and you play hard.
He works hard for the money.
Hell no, my dad's getting stoned in the garage playing ping pong.
It's Shimo asks, if you could be a Disney princess, who would you be and why? Mulan. Cause she a bad bitch.
Mulan is a bad bitch.
Also, I don't remember her prince, but he's also a bad bitch. So like you end up in a good relationship.
I guess, except that you lied to him saying that your name was Ping.
Yeah, but he was cool with it later.
No, I think he was more cool with Ping than he was with Mulan, and that's the T.
Yeah, but I can be Ping.
Yeah, I can be both. I mean, Ariel would be cool because she's really pretty.
Swimming.
Yeah, swimming. But
you want her pre-legs or before? Pre or post legs?
No, I want the fussy. Do you think that like if you were to like slice her open, that it'd be like human meat and then like fish, so it's like surf and turf at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. My favorite Disney princess though that I would be. Now I'm trying to think of every Disney princess I've ever seen.
Rapunzel, so you can sleep. Nope, not Rapunzel. No. Aurora, so you can sleep.
No, because I don't like her prince.
He's one of the only ones that does anything.
Yeah, he kissed a woman who was doing perfectly fine by herself, taking a little nap.
No, that was more of Snow White.
Oh,
because they were.
I don't like Snow White. She's a dumb bitch.
Yes.
Well, there's Rapunzel. There's Tiana.
Mm-hmm.
Tiana's really pretty though,
and she's got that business.
She does. She's not
those beignets. That'd be pretty dope. Once you get past the whole frog part.
Yeah. There's the Cinderella.
I think who
can we I really hope that they like give this generation their Cinderella movie. Yeah. Because it feels like every year they remake it 2 or 3 times.
I can't fucking stand it.
Yeah.
Pocahontas. That's not a great.
No, that doesn't end well.
No.
I know there's ones like there's unofficial Disney because like
Jasmine.
Disney princess is like a very specific thing.
Yes.
But like I know that there's like the Disney princess who's like the unofficial one, and there's like especially in the more recent ones.
Moana.
Elsa.
Oh yeah.
I want ice powers. Yeah, like fuck all that. That's the best part of Kingdom Hearts 3 when you just get to watch them sing Let It Go for the full 3.5 minutes. And it used to be before they patched it out, there was the watermark in the final product of the game.
If people started accusing the other person of murdering people or stealing, would you believe them?
Yeah.
If it was stealing, yes, I would believe it.
Yeah.
You're a thief.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't believe you murdered someone. I would believe you may have accidentally killed someone, but not murder. I
would know that you did kill the person, but I would have no way to prove it, and you would thrive on leaving the tiniest of breadcrumbs
for the rest of your life.
I just have so much doubt.
Jeez, there really was a lot.
Stealing though? No, because you would just say it as you did it, and if they let it get stolen, like that's their fault. I said I was stealing it. I said I was taking it.
Gally Winter asks, do you have radio ADD? Flipping through your presets when a commercial or song you don't want to listen to comes on, or sometimes even mid-song, or are you a station loyalist who rides that out? I don't listen to the radio anymore, but when I did, absolutely. I will not tolerate a commercial.
The only time is if we're in like deep conversation, and then you'll miss it, or like Taylor and I used to listen to, and Tyler and I later on it was like 101.5 where they had like
the morning show thing.
Yeah, the morning mass. Ugh, like fucking Joey Boy. I hate it. But like they did like the what is it? The catch and the cheaters thing that like is very clearly like how are cheaters still falling for this with the fake roses shit?
Yeah.
But like I love it anyway. I know it's fake. It's trash, but I want it. And so like I would stay loyal to make sure we didn't miss, because all it takes is you like flipping to another one, you come back and you missed it.
Yeah. What is one song that you feel is perfect? There isn't a note or lyric wrong or a second of time wasted.
Emotion by Carly Rae Jepsen. Second, Toxic by Britney Spears.
Fair.
Arguably the greatest pop song of all time.
Science by Ali X or Fingers Crossed by Agnes. Sutton asks, you have one cinematic fight scene about to take place. You're going to come out victorious.
Like Kingsman?
What song are you choosing? Mine is Come On Eileen. That's a bat swinging music. That's a good one. I mean, Ballroom Blitz.
Ballroom Blitz is a classic.
Suicide Squad already kind of co-opted that.
So you got to do a better one then, if they already did it.
And it's a fight scene that I'm winning. If I wanted like more of like a funny vibe, I do the Nobody's Gonna Break My Stride as I'm like beating the shit out of people.
I think that's kind of like the attention.
Slow me down. Oh no, as I'm just like kicking shit in. That'd be good fun.
Oh, Build Me Up Buttercup would be real good to that.
Yeah.
Any of those where it's like, you know, I'm beating someone's face in with a bat while like fun times are going.
Yeah.
But although a really cool one would be I'm Not Okay. I'm Okay.
Yeah.
By MCR.
Yeah.
Just because like I made it on my way. No.
How could you not kick shit into that?
There's no secrets this year.
No secrets.
I've got a secret.
Sweater weather. Maria asks, if a genie granted you 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for? No infinite wishes.
I would wish to have all my debts paid.
I would like $10 billion.
I would also like 10 billion of Jeff Bezos's dollars that are already had the taxes paid on them, and it is not illegal that I did so.
That's fair.
I would also like my carpets shampooed.
I want them to fix the housing market in Arizona.
I want them to fix my fucking drawer.
I want them to make your apartment stop vibrating.
I've called management. I've called my bank. They won't take care of it. They said just use the online portal. I'm like, the portal doesn't work, honey. So I'm going to use a genie wish to fix this fucking drawer.
That's fair.
And then I wish that like Suki would live as long as he wants to with me.
That's fair.
Because I think about crying every time I think about
you can't think about that yet. He's a year old.
Baby.
I know, and you can't think like that yet.
And I'm like, don't stop jumping, boy. You jump into the
Use that whole mouth.
Use that whole mouth. Get the big fishy in the sky.
What's the biggest lie you've ever told? I think we kind of touched on it. We kind of went there. Okay, Atlas asks, what is a trait everyone else thinks you have, but you don't see it?
I'm funny. Sorry, I'm still tearing up over fucking
Zuki.
I don't know why. Why do we think about, like, you look at your pet and you go, you're going to leave this mortal coil soon. Not anytime soon, but just like the thought comes in and I'm like, what would I do? And then I get sad and I cry for a bit.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lie I ever told was convincing the world that I existed.
No, wait, we're on the next one.
Oh fuck, what was the next one?
What is a trait everyone else thinks you have but you don't see it?
I feel like it'd be easier to say it. Do you want to do it about each other? Because like that's easier for me. 'Cause Because there's stuff that people will say about you that I'm like, Eric's not like that. Like they say you're very this, or they used to, and I'm like, you're not.
They used to think I was very that. Yeah.
I don't know. So
Lately they've been, perhaps. Lately they've been saying that they feel like I have ADHD.
No,
which I don't. Nothing wrong with having it.
Okay, first of all, as someone with it, like you don't.
I don't, and I've
because
never
you do
pretended
things.
to. Yeah, and so that's something I've been getting lately.
Maybe just
because I have
they mistake Vine energy for.
Yeah, I have a certain manic speed at which I will jump from reference to reference that they equate with.
Well, it's because you're sparring with the best, baby.
Well, I mean, it's like I don't know.
You're up here in heavyweights and trying to go down in welterweight.
I've got a friend and family circle that have always been very quick with
the wit.
With the wit, if
the
you
quick,
will.
quick wit.
So like you gotta be quick.
Yeah, like it's the same thing. Like when I went to Chicago, like anytime I hang out with Kat and Zach, I'm like, we're not using the same book of references. We're not.
Yep.
Like I just look like I'm being weird, and I'm like, I'm not. If Eric were here, I think I called you when I was in Chicago at one point.
You did,
I said,
and you were like, you don't get anything.
I'm like, I need you to talk to me for an hour, and you're like, I can do that. And I was like, perfect, because I just need someone to like go you know. I love the whole tit for tat thing that Rory and Lorelai have.
That show's just so fast.
Fuck Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls. I hate Gilmore Girls. I am almost done with book 7
of Gilmore Girls.
No, of the Pendragon series, and it continues to upset me. There was one line in this book, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care about the question, that was, Courtney wanted to kiss her dad. That's the whole sentence. And it's because it's like a sight for sore eyes thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, DJ McHale. Why?
Brother of Joel.
I don't think so. The guy from the Good Soup.
Yes.
Joel McHale did have the soup. He was on Community too.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Winger.
And he did that weird ill-advised like finale episode to what was that show? What was that show we watched about that Tiger King? Yeah.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch.
I didn't watch it.
No. Oh, it was like the whole like after thing. Like, hey, let's all talk about it because we're all in lockdown.
Yeah, like the finale episode that was like, no, it was already done.
No, it was fun and crazy, and then we had to like watch like the guy like the footage. It's just You guys remember the stimulus check and Tiger King era of COVID?
Yeah.
When it was
way
fun. Back. Fun is a very loose fucking term. When we had like 9 cases in the U.S.
Yeah.
Good thing COVID's. Tiger King. Goddamn Carol Baskins. You're the cure to COVID.
She killed
buried with her husband.
She killed her fucking husband.
That's conspiracy. I don't condone it.
What's some that you...
Joe Rogan.
What's some that you do that's... I think it's something. What's something that you do that's very uncharacteristic for the rest of your personality?
I'm actually like really patient with kids. Which I guess anyone, like if you start like, if you watch my streams, you'd probably pick up on that. But like, considering I literally talk about how I'm ready to fucking put Tupac in the ground with 2 hits, you know, I can come off. I don't know if that's the best one, but
I know it's a good one.
It's something that I when you get something that comes to you immediately, it's like, this is a free answer for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, people a lot of times attribute good organization to me, which is true. I am organized in a lot of ways that matter in terms of like getting things done, and everything. And then there are some things where I just cannot be bothered.
As someone who's lived with you, I'm like, you are organized is a weird word to attribute to you because it depends.
Right. People attribute like schedule organization to me. In
a non-physical organizational sense, you are very organized. But like, have you put away that thing that you told me 6 months ago you were going to put away, like from the paints and stuff on your shelves over here in your office? You had all your paints from when you were painting the dragon the first time. You're like, I got to put all these paints away. But then I'm like, maybe I won't because I might paint soon in another one.
I put the paints away. I didn't put the dragon away. I didn't put the paintbrushes away.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I know it's.
And I remember when we had to move out of our apartment, and we were helping you, like, you and your dad, and because it's like, why wouldn't we like help move stuff down? And I'm like, Eric, how much shit is in this closet? And you go, please stop. And I'm like, Eric, we're taking stuff out, and I feel like you're putting more stuff in. You just had a lot. It was a lot in that smaller closet,
I guess.
But I don't know. You just have a lot of stuff. Like,
yeah.
But like the big empty open spaces, empty is a loose term, but like, not busy.
Right.
So that one room's busy. But like, because it's easy to keep stuff clean if nothing's supposed to be in there.
Yeah. Well, I
didn't like, this wasn't like a drag or anything. I hope
no, I
don't like that.
I don't think it was.
Bitch.
I like to have like sparse, like social areas, like, I don't have much like clutter.
I don't want
out
friends.
Here.
There's one area with the 2 chairs.
Well, it's like I don't like clutter in an area like that because it's already like that's where like people like you come together with people and you're playing games and shit and everything. It's like I don't want like all the rest of the shit. Like I want that elsewhere. I want this like clean and pristine, and then like put your mess in other places. Not mess because it's other stuff that I love, like having all like my bionicles and all that shit and everything. But it's like I like having spaces for those things. Special zones.
Hell yeah.
What do we got? Yggdrasil asks.
Oh, we're getting close to the end.
I know. Asks, what do you believe defines something as a piece of art? That's a very big question. I mean, it has to have had like, for me, and this is an ephemeral thing that like you can't even really tamp down, but I feel like it has to have like a meaningful amount of creative effort put into it. Like I don't subscribe to the idea of like you take like an empty picture frame and put it on the wall and you're like, that's art. I'm like, no, it's not. You didn't do anything.
If it's art to you, like art is subjective ultimately.
Yeah, it's like, and I recognize that I'm like, that's just how I feel though. Like I don't get to tell you something isn't art.
Art is a way for the rich to avoid taxes. Bill. I mean, that's the truth, though.
Often.
It's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, it's just if it evokes a feeling or emotion in you, no matter how strong, then you can call it art. Yeah. And who am I to tell you that the shit you just took on the floor wasn't art? Like,
I don't think it's art, but if it's art to you, that's fine.
Well, it depends. Did you actually like poop and get the coil?
Was it a performance?
Like if you actually like pooped, but you made it like do a coil, like a little dog poop, and you go, I pooped that. I would
that's impressive.
I would be like, that's kind of art. Like, damn. But like when you get like, have you ever gotten like the unbroken one in the toilet where you get it to do a full loop? I haven't been able to do it.
No.
My Uncle Vinny did once. And he talked about it, which is why I care so much about it, because it was before cell phones.
So maybe he lied, though.
No,
Uncle Vinny wouldn't lie.
Because I heard him go, Jerry, get in here, and they went, oh wow, more or less, like big loud Italian men looking at the toilet,
looking at poops.
Yeah, it was unbroken. He's like, it had to be as long as my arm,
long as my goddamn arm.
And I'm like, Vinny, you're a gangly man. This was in Sacramento. We had just went to a Kings game.
Oh.
It was a hockey team.
Okay. Yggdrasil also asks, which hard truths do you ignore? The growing pile of laundry in my room. And that it would be really easy to, just manage that in small segments over time, and then it would never become a problem. And that's just like kind of an allegory for a lot of things in life. And I go, no, let it pile up.
If I accepted the fact that the first time I do anything, it's not going to be the way I want it to be in my head, I would do a lot more things. Yeah. But instead, I talk myself out of it and find an excuse. And then I hate myself for it. I'm just like, he's just like us. I mean, but that's also why at the same time, like, one day I will listen to my own advice, but it's like, no, like, go ahead and like, it's easy. Like, go ahead, fail. Like, who cares? Yeah. The first time I really did that, like, it really went out of control and just said, fuck it, I'll do it, is when I was like, Eric, send me a font that I never
It's never seen the light of day for the most part. Oh, it used to be. It was
used
there
to
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I had Ori make the logo I have now.
Yeah. Question: what smell/taste do you like that confuses or concerns other people? Love the smell of gasoline.
Yeah, I do enjoy gasoline.
I love the smell of gasoline.
I can't. I could just sit there sniffing at the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the smell of cocaine. That's not true. I've never had cocaine.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, no.
I was at a party where it was happening, and they offered it to most people, but not me. And I was like, I would have said no, but I'm a little mad that I wasn't even offered it.
I just want to try. Like, as terrible as it sounds, I'm like, I want to try it one time.
I wouldn't have done it with them.
Okay, look, I can't afford to have a cocaine habit.
Right.
Like, like I am fully aware of that.
Yeah.
But like, I would try. I don't know. Like the whole thing is like, because it's illegal, it's wrong. Like, I'd love to try shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And like Joe Rogan, DMT. No.
God.
No, but I do gotta text my brother-in-law.
How are there more questions?
And I gotta ask him about where can I find the cheapest.
I don't know. There's a lot more
LSD.
questions. Katie B asks, who is the turkey pastrami guy?
Oh, fuck. A lot of the questions from here are going to be turkey pastrami, just so you know. There's going to be at least a handful of them.
I see one other one.
Okay, turkey pastrami guy. Get this. Worked at Fry's. Or no, I worked at Safeway. Sorry. I already fucked up the story. You worked at Fry's.
I did work at Fry's.
I shop at Fry's. I worked at Safeway. And so, very small amount of backstory. A part of working in the deli, and no matter where you work in a deli that has a meat slicer and a cheese slicer and stuff, is that the big spinning blade and whatnot is supposed to be wiped down and cleaned like every so often after a certain amount of time, because especially the cheese one, because you want to try to keep them separate just so that like the cheese only ever has cheese on it, not for kosher reasons but just for cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
Is if the people didn't clean it all day and you're closing, it's going to be fucking caked on there and it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
The other thing is that we would close at 10, but we were only scheduled till 10:30, which meant that if you went over, it was on you and like it wasn't scheduled and you'd get in trouble. So you would have to try to like time everything, like already starting at 9 o'clock, someone had to do dishes. And we would cheat by just putting like the chicken racks that still had chicken bits on them. Like we'd soak it in like the deep, like chemical, like sanitization thing that was only supposed to be for sanitization. But like, you put that bitch in there, 10 minutes later, you pull it out, everything falls off. And I'm like, there's got to be a whole fucking chicken in there over time. And no, I'm like, fuck you, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you would try to like get everything clean. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the big clean on the slicers and get them all cleaned up, because we've got like 15 minutes till we're done. We have stuff bags. We're already clearing stuff out. I'm like, no one's going to want anything.
Yeah.
Except turkey pastrami guy. This guy was, and they ask like why it looked like Chica when Chica was standing in the room like looking all busted. Because I'm sorry, this guy would come in looking busted as shit. He like didn't have all his teeth, and like I'm pretty sure like something was wrong with one of his eyes. And like I don't care about how you look or whatever. Like, you want meat, I got it. I'm the meat man. I was the meat boy then. I was a young meat man.
Yes.
And
meat man in the making.
The thing is that some meats, like people like shop on price point a lot.
I swear I just saw something.
Was it Zuby?
It literally, like, in my head, I was like, oh, that's a dog. And then I was like,
I don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog here.
You got, like, that scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Even, like, not even seeing
that
it.
Just fucked with my head. Okay.
So, of all the meats, turkey pastrami, it would come in, like, this small square. And it was, like, seasoned. And it was the messiest meat that I could put, like, the messiest chub I could put on there.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, any night that I had the gall to clean them early, even a few minutes early before 10, this fucker would show up. And he'd go, let me, and I'm like, I don't even know what you fucking want. Like, just fucking say it. Just fucking do it. Say it. And he's like, let me get turkey pastrami. Let me get a third of a pound. And I'm like, are you?
Just enough to fuck it up.
he would buy it for his dogs.
Oh my God.
He would want to try one slice because he's like, I got to make sure they can chew it.
If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for them.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're coming here at 9:45 at night to buy turkey pastrami for your dogs. And like, Tempe was not always the best area.
Particularly that part of it.
And it felt like he may have had a lady of the night with him multiple times.
Getting
the same
turkey
woman.
pastrami?
Yes, but like also is busted, not caring about the turkey pastrami,
Right.
but would be asking about other things like the bagel chips on the wall and go, why are these so expensive? Like I fucking set the price of the bagel chips.
Yeah.
And then like, what about these pretzel chips? Can you get me them cheaper? And meanwhile, he's like thinking about like, can I try one of this, like the salted turkey, which is the nastiest, like it tastes like rubber.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure. He's like, nah, I don't want it. I'm like, don't say it. And he's like, turkey pastrami. And I just like it was like a siren call. You know, it was the call to the void. Is he'd hear the meat slicer like ting of me like pulling it like apart, and he's like, I must leave.
It's time.
And I fucking like, but I also kind of love the guy because like he was fun to a point, but he was still an asshole.
Yeah.
And like very rarely was he a full asshole. And I would like try to like, it was like, hey, what days do you normally come in? Because like I'll try to make sure that I have some cut up for you since I know how thin you like it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I would have to make sure you did it right. I wouldn't trust it. And I'm like, please, for the love of God. If I'm here late again, I'm going to get yelled at. They're going to put me in the little chicken oven and put me on the clean cycle. That's 2 hours. But yeah, so that's the turkey pastrami guy. Because I had mentioned that, like, he looked like Chica. And that's he would just imagine Chica, like, in the party room where she's just like, but like that dude saying, I'm buying it for my dogs, like on the other side of the counter in like a store that the lights are already starting to turn off. The light turns off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should save the rest.
Yeah. Or how many are there?
There's quite a few. And it's already like kind of late.
Yeah.
It's late. It's been 2 hours.
It's late because you had to delay an hour because you were working on stuff. And then we still had to delay like another hour.
Yeah. And some of these, like, from looking like they're good and I don't want to rush them.
Okay.
So I think we should hold off.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Do you want to like, you'll have to like take a picture or something so that you can like remember where we were left off. So
yeah, I'll do a screenshot.
I mean, it's a very good problem to have. I don't think we've had to do this in a while.
No, I appreciate it. But like I said, like they're good ones and I don't want to like, you
know, we don't want to do another 3 hour. I know we're done talking about how long the episodes are because then like we'll always break it.
It invites disaster.
Yeah, but like I'm fine with it being under 2.5 hours. That seems more than reasonable. Like,
and hopefully next time I can have the cameras working.
Yeah, I know.
It's
like
not ideal.
Because like even as dumb as it sounds, because I'm like, when shit doesn't work in Streamlabs, I'm like, hide the source.
Mm-hmm.
And because like, how'd you fix it last time? You don't fucking know.
I don't know. I just kept like restarting stuff.
I just kept walking and it worked. I don't know. You know, I could just do this. Now it'll work. Watch. Immediately fucking did it.
It said, sir.
It said no. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Thank you, RB Jones, Katie, and Cactus.
Thank you for the lovely gift.
The little care packages.
Very kind of you all. Thank you for the questions. Like I said, if we didn't get to yours, we will get it next time.
Yeah.
Don't want to just rush through them.
I like that you covered up the Sonic mask.
I didn't mean to,
but
maybe I did.
I really like it. I mean, you can't see anything in it though.
No, well, you can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Cannot breathe.
Should we cut a small little slit in the mouth so that you can stick your tongue out so you could lick a lollipop?
I mean, the choice. We had those dip lollipops, Dip-Its or whatever.
I want you to wear the Sonic mask.
I
Only
did.
the Sonic mask. The Sonic mask stays on. God. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun.
How's it going?
It's already 10. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
These questions, it would be another hour, and I'm not.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially if we're like bullshitting around. I totally lost track because I don't focus so much on like what time it is. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm like, we're fine. I'm like, but it also, I don't want to like rush to close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know announcements or anything. I know you do your own announcements on your channel, but like I figured like kind of like in the podcast.
I don't have anything. We're at like 800 something subs.
Yeah, so we're a little over 800. We hit
get 1,000. We're gonna do a stream, so we're getting there.
We're doing it's The Sopranos
specifically.
We're gonna watch episode 1, season 1, and then the finale of whatever the last season is, and we will eat it over the gabagool that is
cotton candy
craft dinner. They'll love it. I mean, it's for you guys. It's fun as shit.
It might actually
if we
be
hit
good.
1,000.
Who knows?
It might be a sleeper. We could put ketchup on it.
Oh my god!
I would kill myself.
That would be fucking.
I would straight up gouge my eye out with a spoon.
I like ketchup, and that sounds like literal hell.
No, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I don't really have any other.
Oh, we do. So I put it in the like description box of the last video, but I figured I'd just let you guys know. With more designs coming, we do have official Hell Yeah podcast merch. Right now, it was a very big day for me because I did a thing. And you can ask Eric. I had multiple questions. Multiple calls because I did not understand, and I really hope that like it is all correct. Because I swear to God, if I go and click on it and something's off,
it looked okay. I took a look. It looked okay.
I know, like, I ordered us, I think hoodies. So once we get those, we'll wear them. Probably if it's not this week or this next week, it'll be the week after. But because like, hell yeah. But we got the cool right over here. The what is it? The
logo
magenta.
Yeah, this is the magenta one.
And then we also have the cyan available.
Yeah, which is. You can see it on there, or it's the one that showed up in the stream. The streams.
Yeah, for the stream one.
Is the cyan.
We also have a Never Forget gazebo, which was made by Jen in my Discord server, who gave me full permission and, quite frankly, was saying, please put it on there. And I was like, okay, cool, as long as you're totally cool with it.
Gazebo is gone.
So,
R.I.P.
And gazebo is gone. Never forget.
Never forget him.
And so you can find that link down below in the bio. Well, I don't think it's the bio, but the
link's in the bio.
The doobly-doo, right? Okay, but Matt Colville says it, and like I was like, oh, that's cool that like he does that because he's like, he's older than us. Like he's late 40s, early 50s. He's a D&D guy.
Oh, okay.
He's like, okay, links. He's the only person I ever heard do that. And then I saw someone our age go, yeah, it's down in the doobly-doo, and I'm like, it's not cute when you do it. So
yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to get some cool ass merch, it's also like my stream like merch store, so that's where it is. So you can get like the Hell Yeah, the old school Hell Yeah logo that Ori had made, as well as like some good busting merch, and there's whatever you want. I don't fucking give a shit. Do whatever you want. I'm not your goddamn boss.
Go fucking nuts.
Fucking just go nuts on it.
Gabagool.
Go sicko mode on the gabagool, which is apparently gabagool is just a bastardized way of saying capicola.
Yeah, which capicola is good.
It's a gabagool, baby.
Gabagool, baby.
Hell yeah. You know what we should also do? We should go get some Slim 5s from Jimmy John's.
Fuck yeah.
Well, not right now.
No, not
because
right
I would leave my trash on the table. But which he had the gall to.
Their job.
He sent me an IM on Teams today.
He sent one to me too. Is it the mood?
And I did say me, but I'm like, I don't like that. It opened Teams up for me. I don't remember opening it up.
I have to have Teams open because like some people use Teams.
One last quick thing: not having Outlook on my phone has been life changing. I feel so fucking free. I feel so much less stressed about my job.
Yeah.
How dare you? Like, I don't know if I want to go into it, but like. Just the fact that like there was like basically like, hey guys, there's gonna be updated permissions things and like a whole other app so that you can have Outlook on your phone, since like we can't like control the devices, just in case like sensitive information gets out, we can like you're gonna consent to give us access to erase all data and completely wipe your phone remotely at any time for whatever reason.
Finally got back to me about the laptop today. 3 weeks later.
Is it still blacklisted?
Yep.
And they said,
and it's gonna stay that way.
So does that mean you have a laptop now?
I can neither confirm nor deny on this recorded
situation. I apologize.
But
is currently in transit.
Well, that's kind of the implication of literally like, we can talk about it offline. But yeah,
it's that last bit.
It's
that's funny.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, but yeah, I'm glad because we got this email like from work and I was like, oh, it's whatever, you know, like we had to do authenticator.
I thought it was
shit.
just like more permissions, which like
I'm glad that we had the same vibe because I called you and I was like, all right, you're gonna tell me if I'm like way overthinking this, but like it like wants the ability to like
too much.
It says it won't use your camera roll, but I'm like, that doesn't mention anything about gallery. Yeah. It doesn't mention any of this other shit. And I'm like, I don't think like that's too big brother for me. Like this is my cell phone that you have no right to be in.
My thing was that they can wipe it at any time with no warning.
Yeah.
And I stand by that. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think that the company would do that maliciously.
No.
But also, this IT department has a history of mistakes. We'll put it that way.
They have some oops.
And they're not going to pull an oopsie and wipe my phone. So,
yeah.
No.
Remotely
with no warning. Right. With me, no way to recover it or stop it.
Well, because my theory, which is what I thought would happen, is there would be something where it's like, oh no, there was like a small hack or whatever, and it's like, we got to wipe everything.
Right.
And I'm like,
there's been a breach.
There's a breach, and I got to wipe my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get fucked.
Not on my watch.
And if the boomers
if
the boomers read what it did, they would not be happy.
Well, I think they probably will. I want to know. I would love to be in the IT department just to know like some facts and figures on how many people actually went along with it.
Because I know it's not malicious. It's not like wanting to get whatever. But I'm like, I also like, I don't really need Outlook on my phone.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I haven't been happy.
Living a high life?
Kind of. Because like it was stressful today for a little bit when I was like, all right, I'm like, I got everything caught up. And I was like, I got to go ahead to the post office. But I'm like, I'll go and I'll be back in about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how long shit takes me. It ultimately was like a half hour. But like, didn't really miss much because it's lunch hour on a Monday. So, but it felt kind of crazy to be like, I am miles away from my house and just, but it's no different than if you didn't have Outlook on your phone and you were in the office and you went out to lunch.
Right.
And even then, like, I'm like, I don't need to be updated on all of this. And most of the emails that I get, almost like the majority of them are just like auto email, like, you know, like reports and shit. And I'm like, I don't need this. It's been very, there was a noticeable amount of less stress. And granted, it's only been like a full day with it, but like, I think it may have fixed a lot. Because if I have to hear the Outlook chime of getting an email from my phone, like it legitimately fills me with dread. When I went to Chicago, I would get it and it like would fill me with dread, even though it's just an automated report that I never read anyway. But like, it's just stressful.
Yeah.
And work shouldn't stress you on your off time.
You should feel too blessed to be stressed.
If they talk to you off the clock, you grab your Glock.
Oh my God.
Rise up.
And on that note,
gamers rise up. No. Anyway, and this has been Cheese It Steve.
And I'm Be Nice Eric.
Be Nice Eric.
Oh wow.
What is the vibe for the week? Tell the people.
Kicking an ice cube under the fridge instead of picking it up.
Do you grin? That's the vibe. Be a playful little trickster this week.
Kick the ice cube. No one has to know. That's between you and the ice cube.
And you know what? The ice cube's not known for long because it's melting, baby. And you know what? So be a little bad.
And that's an exothermic reaction, baby.
You know, treat yourself. Take an extra candy for you. Key your ex's car.
Stick a potato in their tailpipe.
Smash up some durian and put it in their air vents.
Pour an entire bottle of Dawn into a water feature.
I thought you were saying put a whole bag of jelly beans
in your ass. That's the vibe for this week.
My little Easter bunny.
Oh my God.
All right. A handshake to end?
Yes.
Go on, get!